button. Welcome to the Scale Builders Guild.
Oh. And Harley Designs. We're also live.
We're here.
We're live and better.
We're live and we're trying to do it better anyway.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Sorry we're 4 minutes behind schedule. There's been a lot of activity here at the...
It was Matt's fault.
Yeah, it was my fault. I'm proud to admit that it was my fault. Hey, make sure that we sound good and everything.
Yeah.
I didn't bother to check any of those things before I started.
I also forgot to check mine. So
so hope we sound okay. Great audio. All right. We did it.
That sounds like we're good here. Thank you,
all
Mr.
right.
Davis.
You know, the trick is to not do anything differently from last time.
You know what? That is proven to make no difference. So,
yeah, I don't know.
Seems that things change every time, no matter what.
Yeah,
but
it doesn't seem to matter, to be totally honest. I don't know why, but my chair's all wonky today.
Can you? Probably because it's 300 years old.
Just like my furnace.
What? Yeah. The world of furnaces, Matt is having issues. Yep. I can't believe it's been a week already. You know what I don't know that I changed? I don't think I changed the episode. I didn't change the episode number. Is this episode 30?
We're on episode 30.
Yeah, I did not change the episode number again. I realized that.
You clicked a button and you hoped that was enough.
I changed the title and just go. And now I can't change it because if you change it, this is something I've learned. If you go back and change anything in the description, anything in the title, you lose the live chat.
Yep.
It takes that away.
Goes away.
And honestly, I think the live chat is, like, if you're watching the video, watching the live chat is some of the fun.
I think so. And I don't want to lose that.
I don't either. So it's wrong. It's wrong forever.
Yep. Nothing we can do about
we
that.
Die.
Why don't you guys all check in where you are viewing from and the size of the screen on which you're viewing it.
That interesting topic there. I already saw Argentina checking in on my side.
Oh, very cool. Very cool.
Right.
Yes, CCXRC Tony is going to probably be on this live stream at some point. I just have to make sure that I've got his Skype doodad proper.
Oh yeah, hopefully you figured that out, because I made no effort to assist, and I asked
none whatsoever.
You want me to send a message, and then you said no, I haven't.
I was like, I'm not doing anything. Melbourne, Australia. Ontario, Canada, 17 inches. 65 inch in 4K. Thanks, Brianna, for watching me in the biggest screen possible.
Columbus, Georgia's got 75-inch TV.
So whoa! That's what I want.
I just bought a new 65, and it's like...
Well, okay. It's funny that we're talking about TVs, because I have a 55 right now, and that's what I play my video games on and watch my YouTubes. And well, actually, I don't watch YouTube on that. I watch it on the computer. But I'm going to, for Black Friday, I think I'm going to get a new TV.
We went the Costco route. Oh, Alex Calley's watching on a TI-84 graphing calculator. So
yes, sweet. We probably looked. That's the best we've ever looked.
If you could find the differential of
sin or sine, I need more sine.
Yeah, exactly. It's interesting crossover between a math joke and a RC joke.
Yes,
with the differential. Integral.
Dale C's checking in from my attic.
Hey, I had somebody in my closet, so.
Yes, so even though we're getting a new furnace, because that was the result of why I'm late, we need a new furnace. I still think there's enough money in the budget for a television.
That's good. You know, I could see how that could wipe that out pretty easily.
Pretty quickly, yeah. I mean, you don't need furnaces in California.
You know what? Even on occasion, we do here. I
remember that's just because you're soft. It's just because
I moved here in January, and I was just like, and I was still just wearing shorts and T-shirts every day, and like our DeBur guys were literally their hoods on, drawn tight, because our shop is not heated.
It's not heated, nor is it insulated, nor should it be.
It's not really insulated at all. It's a concrete building with
building.
You know. So, and I'm just like, I just drove here from Missouri. It's pretty nice here.
Yeah.
But even now, I start to get a little chilly.
I like it when people from hot climates move to like Toronto, and they're like, it's like 40 degrees outside, and they're like,
yeah. Now RC Patina got checking in from the pits of smoky hell.
yes.
Luckily we have not had much smoke here. The last
That's good.
few days. Well, so getting into a topic so we had Crawling Out of COVID as an event here last weekend.
Right. How did that go?
Which was previously Crawl for a Cure. It's hosted by Crawl for a Cure. That's their event title this year. It was good. We got there early and kind of set up a little bit, and the turnouts felt pretty kind of low key and calm until you actually like got up and looked. And it was just that since there was no drivers meeting, there was no show and shine. People didn't gather, so they just went out into the woods. So when you like looked down, you could see people crawling along the river. There was actually a lot of people. The camp being there, like most camping around California right now, is completely sold out. Everybody's camping. Oh,
really?
God.
Wow.
Because they can get outside. They can go do something. They can get outside where they don't have to be around people.
Fair.
And enjoy something. And we have some beautiful places to enjoy. That was not the interesting part, though. Turnout was good. Trails were good. People were able to, get out and have some fun with some space between them.
Sun's out, guns out.
Exactly. However, the interesting thing was, I was talking with the guys from ASD, and they have a podcast, which I should remember the name of, which I don't, but I'm sorry. Eric Black Turtle RC, I think he's pops in everyone. I'll try and find the name of it while we're talking later. But I was talking with them doing that, and we were all kind of standing around talking to the mics, and then over top of us, quite low, a helicopter flies over with one of the baskets below for grabbing water.
Sure.
Because there's a lake right where we're at. And it flies over, dips down, grabs water, and then leaves. I'm like, that's good. That's unsettling.
Yeah.
So okay, still talking, makes it. Then it comes right back, does another trip. Like, okay, well, he didn't have to go very far to dump that water and make that return trip.
Yeah.
And then he did it again.
Oh boy.
And we're like, so we had already been there a decent chunk of the day, and I had overdone it a little bit with the amount of walking and standing and hike. So I was already starting to be fairly sore because I have wasted ankles.
Yeah.
For those that haven't seen me at an event limping around.
It's a fairly common sight.
So I walked back over to Nicole because Schultz and I were just starting to go hit a trail. And I'm like, let's just pack up. Calmly. Let's
make a lot of noise. Scream.
Yeah. Let's take this gigantic Vanquish billboard tent, slowly break it down, put it into the Jeep.
Just go, oh, look, and they're doing there's a crawling course over there you haven't done.
Yeah.
Look over there.
So, it's like, and then where we were set up is at the very bottom of the entrance into this resort, which is the only road in and the only road out, therefore. And we're like kind of wedged in, so like kind of get everything in the Jeep, and then like Austin powers my way out of it and like making people move, like
move,
just sneaking out of here real slow, like
move out of the way.
Yeah. So
Steamroller.
We got out of it, and then it was quite smoky when we were leaving, and then there was another fire down the hill.
Man,
nothing ended up happening. It wasn't huge cause for concern, but the fire was 5 miles away from the event.
Oh, that's not far.
Ain't that far.
And I know how fast a fire can travel.
Dawson Bossy's in here. He says, you weren't that sneaky driving through the whole crowd. Which, like, for some reason, at that moment, there was a number of people that came up. I think they were, like, finishing writing names on the raffle board. because they, rather than doing a call out raffle, they just had prizes. They wrote ticket number. So it was literally just like a,
Man, oh man.
but anyway, I did some crawling with Dawson. Fun stuff.
Cool.
He had a custom built woods runner as well.
Oh.
Good times.
Yeah, nice.
Had some fun on the trail. Schultz and I ran the gatekeepers.
The gatekeeper, yeah. I don't have one of those, so I'm not sure what it.
I saw you post one on your story today. That wasn't yours. I must have been. I must have been mistaken.
I got $5 from Mudabate, Debate, checking in from the front row of the U.S. Vice President debate.
I will be
Clever name.
happily avoiding watching any of that.
Me too. Me too. I'd much rather be watching this chat. I think.
You know
Here,
what?
hang on.
I would much rather us both log off and just stare at a wall.
How about?
I would.
I think this is.
Yeah.
Sorry, this is the right hand
this way.
position.
This.
Will you shut up, man? There, we just did our own debate. Actually, good segue into what we'll be doing with Tony when we bring him on the show.
That is. Matt had a good idea. I told Matt we need another game for tonight, and Matt came up with a good idea.
Yeah, the game tonight we're playing is Would You Rather. So
Yes.
you'll be
So
given
Matt and I-
2 options. You can have this, or you can have this. You got to tell us why. And we're gonna have we made 3 questions each, and Tony will be answering all of them, I presume.
Yes, Tony will be answering all of them. I will be asking both Tony and Matt the 3 that I came up with.
Right.
And
then
Matt,
I'll be asking the 3
vice
for
versa.
Tony and Ding Dong. So.
Not gonna lie, I pulled some punches on Tony.
Oh, excellent. Good. That's. Oh, you pulled some punches. No, you're supposed to not pull your punches.
I know.
You're supposed to. So you're just gonna. Just joking.
I went a little easy on him. Not all the way.
Okay.
A little bit.
All right. Well, that'll be fun. I'm looking forward to that. That'll be really good. Tony's in my chat right now. I don't know if he's in yours. But
he was here earlier.
But he's just said angry eyes for the win.
I mean,
there are
some low hanging.
Yeah, that's
fruit
low.
that
That's
maybe
easy. These are all RC related questions, though, Tony. So your taste in Jeep accessories won't be questioned by me anyway.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm not promising.
Great. This is great. It's a good show so far.
Yes.
Cheers, everyone.
Yes. It's yes. You know, like I said, I can't believe it's been a week already.
I know.
I feel like I don't even know what has happened.
No.
I did hit 50,000 subscribers on this channel.
I even tried to stop that by unsubscribing. So
I never post the photo until well after, because that will happen.
Oh
that
yeah, that happens for sure.
If you I've noticed it in the past, like when I was first growing and finding more of these milestones, especially when they were like you would pass, like when I finally hit 1,000, that was like a big thing for me. And I posted like on Instagram, like I hit 1,000, and it went like 998. I'm like, you suck. And that was like in the day, like I had 1,000 subs, like you'd get like
that
5
meant
a
something.
day.
Yeah.
3, so it was like
nowadays, it's so many
day,
more. So many more a day.
Yeah.
Just like
30s of
tens of subs.
tens of subs a day.
Although I will say I hit 50K on Instagram this week.
And you beat me to the 50K milestone our unofficial race that you made up.
Yes. I won the thing that I knew I was going to win. But it's funny, since hitting that number, now I get all these weird emails. They're like, you should join this group where we're, it's like a sharing thing and we'll get you more subs. And it's like,
yeah. There's all those like, sub for sub.
Yeah. Get lost. That's illegal.
Yeah.
No, thank you.
Well, even that, I don't even, more than anything, like you can tell when some people do that, when their interaction numbers, it's like they have 20,000 likes or whatever, and they get, they get 50 likes on a photo.
Yeah.
Like
no comments,
I have
no engagement.
Like 28 or 29,000 Instagram followers, whatever. And you don't get that many likes. You
No,
get
never.
3, 5, 600, whatever.
Yeah.
But you can just tell those percentages are so much smaller when people have bought,
Yeah.
likes.
It's very strange. My wife being in social media oftentimes is like, okay, so you've got 12,000 likes or followers and you get 20 likes on a photo. There is something wrong.
Yes. You're doing something incorrect.
Something not right.
So, yeah, that's, but with that milestone, the giveaway for the truck needs to be finished. So
I saw you burning the midnight oil last night on that one.
I did. I worked in I actually got a good base of the cage done last night, and then I came in and got all of the 3D printed interior parts done, and the actual print came out really good.
Yeah, that looks fantastic.
Center console came out well.
Nice. What was up with those? What was up with the seats? It's like you built those to like what? You
don't worry about seats.
Was that what those were? Because
they are seats.
How, like, were they made out of memory foam or something to make your butt sink so far in? It's like, I've never seen such depth.
Yeah, they're fine. They look fine.
I don't know. That looks a little strange. Why not just make the whole thing depressed? Why actually make the leg depressions?
You're depressed. You're depressed.
I am. I have no free time. I've been spending so much time building static models that I'd rather be dead, I think.
Oh, can we talk about the task that you gave me this week for your static model project?
I found such boring models too. A Honda CRZ. Why? God. It's really good though. Like I did the whole interior and everything.
That does look very good. I will agree.
I've got more. I've got more boring ones. What was your task that I gave you? I forgot.
The task for your static models that you gave me.
Oh, right. A baby seat.
Yeah. Matt sent me a message. She goes, "Hey, can you draw me a baby seat?"
I know.
Excuse me?
I know. It's an odd choice of things to ask someone to make.
So I drew Matt a 3D printed.
I'll show
baby
everybody.
seat.
I've got it here. But here's another one. Oh my God! It's a Prius, but it's like it's hit a pole or something.
That is how they actually drive them around in Sacramento. Fun fact. They look exactly like that. Well, at least the ones by my shop.
Anyway, that's what I've been doing. And all the glass that I cut out, I sprinkled on the inside so it's still like in there.
You're just the master of detail.
Yeah. I've only got a little tiny bit to do on the CRZ and then I'm all done. Because I've got the other ones here. I'm just going to quickly show you. A BMW that's been in a front end sort of smush. And that it's going to be smushed up against this really cool minivan. What a project I'm doing. Anyway.
Yeah, that's that amazes even me.
Yeah. But look, there's the baby seat right in there.
It's very hard to see.
Is it? How about now?
It's hopefully the child was not involved in the accident.
Well, I think the implication is that they were for this project.
Oh, I see. Oh, I'm just saying, I'm no parental unit, but aren't most child seats rear facing now?
This is like a youth. It's like a 9-year-old.
You should have told me that. I drew it for 1 to 6 months.
Don't worry.
I would have done it totally different.
I'm sure you would have.
I don't know. I don't know when car seats actually changed.
Dude, I don't know either. It doesn't matter. Anyway, those are coming along. I've got actually, where is it? I 3D printed a bicycle that I have to remove from its supports very, very carefully.
I see.
And then that gets the CRZ gets a dent on the hood, and then that bike gets covered with a tarp, and then that's it. I'm done.
That's morbid.
Well, the bike is covered with a tarp. There's no body. Although,
well,
for fun, for my own fun. So creepy. I bought the racing pit team, and I'm going to remodel them as like accident victims.
Do you need some photos from around my shop? Because
no, I should be okay. But this guy specifically, he's already to like be like smushed, like he came out of the front of that window.
Put him over the hood of that Prius.
Yeah. And then like this lady, she can just be, you know, I'll put her head into the dashboard or something. Same with mechanic. He'll be ready for some kind of damage as well. But that's not part of the project. They didn't ask for that anyway. But
people should know, like, this is for an
ad. This is for an advertisement.
An actual advertisement.
Yeah, that's the plan anyway. But
There's
it
not
hasn't.
A baby in that pit crew, is there?
No, I didn't look for one. Obviously not.
So you're just in the train section to look for another tiny human, like totally unrelated. Like,
would O scale out to be like a baby? Do you have any, you know, baby figures, but like tiny ones? Anyway, so that project is almost done. It has to be done by Wednesday of next week. Oh, I don't think I'll be here next week on Wednesday. In fact, I know I won't be. I might be able to do it from my phone, but I'll be at a cottaging. Maybe I'll just do a quick check-in with you.
Interesting. Yeah, well, either way, that might work because I'm going to miss my Friday live stream this week and my Sunday live stream this week, which not. And then I'm going to miss both of those next week too.
You're traveling. So you're doing stuff.
I am traveling.
You're out and about.
2 different trips.
So I said out and about, but I think most people would prefer if I said oot and a boot.
Yeah.
Anyway, you are doing a lot of traveling, which is just driving around though, right? You're not flying.
Driving only, no flying.
Okay.
Still long distance, but yeah, hopefully.
Nothing wrong with a little long distance.
No, I don't mind driving.
I like a good drive. Yeah.
So
that Jeep will go forever.
Oh, I'm driving the Soul Sucker this weekend.
Better gas mileage.
Yeah, and it's just it cruises well. And then
come on,
next
Nicole,
weekend,
let's go for a road trip.
Yeah, next weekend I've got a VW Atlas.
Whoa,
fancy!
So that's the big one, right?
Premium SUV rental vehicle.
Ooh la la!
Not just the intermediate, but the premium.
You're no Kia Sorento driver. You're a VW Atlas.
Yeah, we're gonna rent a car for a trip.
That's the Q8 or Q7, right? That would be the Q7.
Yeah, I think it's about the same size as the Q7.
Yep.
So,
cool. That's
yeah.
good. Good for you. Moose Jaw said that my wife is now a fan of the Scale Builders Guild with the scaled human victims of car crashes.
She's just I feel like, if I'm not I think Moose Jaw's wife is in some sort of law.
So that makes sense.
Maybe she's interested in the.
Yeah, she's probably like, wonder if any of those people need a lawyer.
Which I also believe RC Patina guy's wife is as well.
Oh, no kidding.
If I'm not mistaken.
A lot of law.
Yeah, exactly.
One more thing for the mail call, and then we'll get Tony.
I have a whole semi-trailer full of mail call.
I got so many things too, but it's embarrassing. I don't want to go through it all.
Oh, this is probably more because it's from one place, and I did not know it was coming.
I love it when that happens.
It's almost all useless.
Well, real quick,
yet.
Team K&K sent me some wheels because they also sent me the hardware kit for the A-Rocks, so that's ready to A-Rock and roll. Oh, Dad.
Do not approve.
And he also sent along some wheel wideners as well, in case I want to widen those wheels. Reef sent me another box of stuff. Kyosho sent along the new JL Mini Z, which looks pretty neat, I must say.
So.
Okay, well, I guess you're interested. Thanks a lot.
Yeah, Mini Zs. 124 scale, cool.
They are cool. The body is super well detailed.
No, I agree. I do like the look.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're more model than they are like
yes,
hardcore crawler. But you can't expect hardcore crawler at that speed anyway. Or that size.
I've made room for my trailer.
Yeah, I can see you're wearing no pants again. Atlas is the size of a Tahoe. Yeah, it's big. I think we don't call it the Atlas here. What do you got?
Check.
It's all blown out. Fix your camera.
Nah.
Oh, come on.
This makes it better. So, this all came from Telesin.
What is that?
Telsin. Okay.
Telesin. Okay.
Now, fun story. Remember back when I was making all of those GoPro vlogging rigs?
Oh, yes. Yeah.
One of the companies that made their own version of what I made.
Uh-huh.
Like, they made their...
Yeah, they stole
made
it.
the same thing.
Yeah, they took your design. Oh, it is the Atlas
Whatever
here.
it was.
Okay, I don't know. I'm thinking of something else.
They copied my design and then sent me one to review.
Hey, you might like this. It's a GoPro mount. You've never seen it before. It's brand new. We'd love to get your feedback.
Interestingly enough, the GoPro 9 comes out, and I get this box from DHL. And I'm like, I don't even remember ordering anything from China, but sometimes these Instagram ad things take way too long.
Yes. Circle makers, all kinds of stuff.
However, no. They sent a number of things.
We'll never know because I can't see anything.
They sent me Hero 9 battery charger.
Okay.
Sans batteries. So
yeah.
I can still charge my one battery.
But you can charge it 3 times.
Yeah, exactly. They sent me the waterproof housing.
And you're showing me a big white box. I don't see anything. Fix your camera. There, that's better.
My camera does fine.
No.
Waterproof housing.
For the
waterproof camera.
Wait, it's...
What?
Josh, you have a tramp stamp, don't you? People are saying when you bent over, they saw your tramp stamp.
False.
Okay.
Let's see. Tempered glass screen protector.
Okay. I mean, that's good.
Sure. I'm getting to the good stuff. Oh, okay. They sent me some ND filters, which is actually nice.
That's helpful.
I will use that. This is my favorite, though.
Please. Oh man, what is that?
I would like to open this box to show you.
You open it, and while you open it, Highway to Hell said that Kevin Talbot wasn't a big fan of the Hero 9. The footage I've seen looks fantastic, and I don't know I don't know that I would believe everything that Kevin Talbot says, because he still thinks he's going to beat the record with a car that is quite literally never going to beat the record.
Yeah, no,
exactly. You can stand by my assertion that with that car in the state that it's in, he will not win that challenge. There's no way he's going to go faster than 203 miles per hour. Those cars are... The car that has that record is quite literally custom built. There is not an existing part on it. Ah, my ears!
Sorry. I'm assembling this package because it's worth it to see it in its final state.
Saw it clear on Josh's video, tramp stamp of the cat from The Simpsons. Huh. Josh does like his cats.
You know, I told Matt in his live stream yesterday, South Park, far better than The Simpsons.
Yes, I'm sure most of your viewers will admit that.
I'm not sure what you're saying about my viewers. But
they're youthful. They're youths.
Okay. Here is Here it is.
What is that?
This is the underwater scuba diving housing for the GoPro Hero 9.
Why? Why would they send that to you? You live in Sacramento.
Don't know.
It's gonna look amazing in the tub.
For all of my scuba diving vlogs. Like,
oh, there's so many other people that should have gone to. That's incredible.
I think I'm gonna vlog with this.
Yeah.
Just
Well, that way, when people spit at you like they normally do, you won't get spit on you anymore. That's incredible. No, it's not a fisheye lens, Bob. It is literally just a housing to put your GoPro in. So that curvature underwater will actually keep everything fairly straight. But, wow. Wow.
Yeah. I mean, the thing is, the camera itself is waterproof. If you want to go deeper, then you can use the waterproof housing.
Maybe you should put it in the waterproof housing and then put it in the scuba diving housing.
And I just don't...
Oh, actually, the right one has a really good idea for you. Monthly Mayhem submarine build. And then you can use that.
You know what? I would do it just so that you had to go onto Amazon and order this.
Well, I've already got a GoPro at the bottom of the lake. I don't need to put another one down there.
Yeah. Oh, they also sent me a case. And then, they also... Let me move my...
What they should... you know what I wish the email said was some joker put out a case and we ripped it off. And then we gave it back to the guy. That's amazing. It looks like, Highway to Hell says they used a Jeep headlight to make a housing for a GoPro.
They also sent me this kind of nice aluminum housing for the camera.
Well, that's quite nice.
Which
maybe you should design
cool,
one up and sell it on Shapeways.
Yeah, and I actually do like it, so I'll be using that.
All right, well, there you go.
So, and then they sent me a door for the side that I also like, but that's not the fun story. The more fun story is this ridiculous thing.
That thing is amazing. All right, let's get Tony on the show. We've wasted enough time here on this ad person. Tony CC ad.
What's up? And no. GoPro did not send me this.
Oh no, GoPro would not send you that.
A company called Telesin sent me this. Who like a Chinese accessory maker.
Tony, I can see you. Hang on. Don't say anything or do anything.
Just as a general rule.
Yeah. In fact, that's probably the better way for this show to operate is for you to not say anything or do anything. Just keep it quiet over there. All right. I'm just getting everybody set up.
Yeah, I have to retransform.
I'm ready to go. There we are. Hello, Tony. How are you?
Oh, there he is. If you just... Okay, Tony, you have to pick a place. Tony, you have to pick a place. I'm going to sit. Because I'm going to...
I'm seeing you moving me.
Yeah, I think you're good. Can you speak again, please? Yes.
I'm here, but I don't want to be like way closer than all you guys and look huge.
Oh, you're huge. No, I'm huge now. On my channel, massive. On everyone else's channel, small. Welcome to the show.
Thank you. Good to be here. Having fun in the chat. It's always hilarious in there.
Oh man.
Yes, the chat is the best part of it.
90% of the comedy.
Highlight.
Yeah, 90% of the comedy comes from there, I think.
So okay, I'm pretty much set now. We're in good shape.
Oh, thank goodness. I was waiting.
I can see your floor. I see what you're talking about now.
Yeah, you can. Look at that mess.
Mine or yours?
Yours.
No, I can see yours. Yeah.
Oh, that's because I.
Yeah. Well, everybody knows
to know about that one right over there.
I always forget to know what my camera looks like when I'm shooting the webcam.
Everybody knows now how much of a pig Josh is in real life. Not to be outdone by me. If you could see around this area, you would see a lot of mess.
Exactly.
I'm sure, Tony, you're the same way. Behind that area, which is a very nice area, I gotta say, I really like your studio setup. There's probably tons of junk all over the place.
I got a whole bunch of bodies piled up over there. That's what the clear
They're 20
bodies are.
They're 24th scale bodies,
Yes.
though. Yeah,
Right.
Yeah,
You know-
I am though. However, I know that Josh was jealous and he wouldn't give you any credit for that Kyosho, but that thing looks amazing.
I know it does. I'm really excited. You know what? I'm gonna unbox it live right now.
And you should totally like put some angry eyes on the front of that thing just for good measure.
You know, I hate to admit it, but they make angry eyes for the JL. I think they made them
Already?
Yeah, they're out there. I did send Josh some photos of a really nice Fab 4 Jeep that was near the house the other day, and it was embarrassing to see somebody ruin a perfectly good truck with all that stuff. But I mean, you know what it's like, Tony. I mean,
You need some whiteout, man. Put it on the inside of those wheels. Make it a Josh special.
They have to be bigger wheels.
Bigger,
yeah, they're gonna be a lot
bigger and whiter.
If you put some 1.9s on the 124 scale,
Oh yes, that would be
I'm
be
on
great.
board.
That would be great. So Tony, why don't you tell people who may not know who you are? That's a small list, I'm sure. But why don't you tell everyone a little bit about yourself and your channel, and we'll be sure to not link it in the description.
That's perfect.
Oh yeah, I forgot to-
Just a guy that got into RC cars about 7 years ago. Have nothing. I have no knowledge about real cars, so that's a bonus. Getting into it.
That's why you bought a JK.
So I bought a JK and I put angry eyes on it, and it looks pretty fantastic.
It does. It's a nice looking truck.
No, I'm just messing. It's actually an Angry Birds grill, I think, by the Chinese description of it that I got it on
Get it on Wish.
LED something that I got it from. I don't even know. I thought it was a U.S. company, and then it was like took 4 months to get here, and I realized my mistake. But they're a U.S. Entity that also has holdings. They're international, but everything ships out of Shenzhen. So you know what's going on.
I hear you.
Yeah.
But so I got into it 7 years ago with the Gravedigger Traxxas Stampede. I hit a curb and broke it, I think, the first night. And I didn't know what to do with it. I gave it to my dad, who was here, because I was about to head out of the country for a while, and said, "Can you go take it back to the shop and see what I need to fix it?" Or actually, I asked them to have them fix it, like pay them whatever to fix it, not pay him back. And they sent him home with the parts and said I'd be able to figure it out. So from there, I figured out how to work on RC cars and still not change my oil on my own vehicles. So we're good.
Oh,
Fantastic.
That's totally reasonable.
Yeah.
I do not change my own oil.
Of course, Josh doesn't change his own oil. I mean,
It is
neither
not
do I.
worth it to change your own oil.
Isn't it?
Yeah. Although it's getting so expensive to change it. I go to like
Worth
that
it.
5-minute oil change and it's like $100 by the time you leave, and you're like, what? I didn't even
yeah.
tip you guys, and it's $100.
Yeah, I mean it's $100 to have the oil changed in my Honda. Like
Yeah, what happened to Jiffy Lube?
my Jeep is still cheap, because it's regular oil and whatever. But of course, the Honda, it's like 8,000 mile oil changes and blah blah blah. But still,
Yeah.
not worth it to change. Like
Well, they
in the amount of
charge
time
you
it
more
takes to
because they figure you're doing less of them.
the amount of time it takes to change oil and then discard it and all that. Like I could be doing something else and have more value in that than wasting that time.
You're
Yeah,
so
digging that hole to pour that into is such a pain. But
We live in California now, and they have like sensors.
Sorry, you guys are supposed to change your oil?
yeah. So that was a funny thing.
There's a little light on your dash as it gets low. You go in there.
I took mine in recently. I don't know why. I do my wife's oil changes as well, and which means I think I just had been there. So for some reason on my car, I went in, and it was like the oil filter was blown apart, and they were like pulling parts out of like
Oh dear.
the insides out, hoping it hadn't gotten into the car. So it wasn't my Jeep. It was the minivan. I promise I was trying to kill it, honestly. So I could get a Jeep, but now that I have a Jeep, I was like, oh crap, what did I do? I still need that thing for like hauling my primal raminator around.
Oh, right,
It
yeah.
doesn't fit. It doesn't fit in the Jeep.
That's that thing you
Mini
broke the
Cooper.
other day, right?
I didn't break it.
I mean, it looked like you did.
Well, so it breaks every time I run it. So if you run it until it breaks.
Yeah. Then you know
Right.
you're done.
Well, we went through a tank and a half, like 45 minutes of a basher. That's not too bad.
That's not bad.
So-
Yeah,
Nah,
that's pretty good.
Yeah.
So
And-
your focus, would you say, is you sort of started in monster trucks. I see a lot of monster trucks, and you go to some monster park where they have monster trucks a lot. I don't know.
Monster parks.
Is that what
That's
they-
those are called?
We
Monster
did the
parks.
that what it's called?
parking.
Monster truck jam.
Monster,
Monster truck jam.
Monster Jam.
Oh, Monster Jam. Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's not what we go to, but there are races for it, and you know it's
Cousin of a digger.
it's kind of scale. You know, I thought I'd have more street cred. I went to Axial Fest for you guys. I thought it was going to do a little bit more for me, but
It actually hurt your
nothing
channel. Yeah.
apparently.
You lost subscribers. Ugh, skill
It's like,
trucks are
what did
dumb.
these guys do? Oh, they go to Axial Fest. I'm going to do that.
Big
So,
mistake.
No, I mean, yeah, we do monster trucks, and they're kind of scale. Like some of the guys go all out,
Oh, yeah.
and then they never drive them.
Yeah.
Lots
of
I
shelf
tend
plates.
to just do enough and then drive it all the time and fix them. So mine are, I don't have any shelf queens. So, you know, I just got a $4,000 fifth scale custom built from Bari Musauer, who drives the zombie monster truck for Monster
Yep.
Jam, and
Wow.
proceeded to take it down to Digger's Dungeon and break it in about 3 minutes. So
God.
that's how we do.
That's
you know?
that's the
Broke on that
place.
thing.
That's the place. Digger's Dungeon. I was trying to remember the name.
Yeah, yeah. So it was just the steering. So it's intricate the way that they lay it out. You know, trying to hide the servo, because the axles are made by Hess Machine and they're beautiful. You know, guys getting the scale detail. They're like amazing, like machined metal, and they're just uses Losi DBXL diffs and axles, so it's all
Okay.
like beefy and like huge.
Right.
But they took this fifth scale, and he used to use two 1/10 scale servos. And I talked to some people, and you know, if you crash hard, which I do, you could blow a servo or two because you had two very expensive servos sitting on that axle. And so I was talking with him, and he figured out a way to put a fifth scale servo on, and it wouldn't hit the link because Spectrum made a short, like low profile one, and it fit in there. But it's tucked in backwards to the axle, and then it's got a shock as the actual
Okay. Is the link
servo saver.
Oh,
right?
got it. Okay.
And so it's got springs on both sides internally and like bump stops and all that. It's pretty detailed what he does. Well, all I did was rip the shaft out of the rod end. So
Oh, well,
that's all
not
that
a big
happened.
deal.
It was a metal. Yeah,
Yeah.
That's
so,
nothing.
Nothing. It'll be fixed. They got new ones coming. But yeah, I mean, we take them out, we beat them, and the problem was I really wanted to do a backflip with it. There's about 20 of them out there, and very few are bashed like I like to do. So
Well,
I wanted to see him running.
you know what? It is
and
good to get
bring
your
back-
toys out there and actually play with them. So, you know, not a lot of shelf queens here. Everything eventually gets run.
Yeah,
That's the right way to do it. Quick.
can't run it all the time. I mean, I got a bunch of shelf that sit on the shelf just waiting for their turn.
Yeah, exactly.
You guys got a bunch. It's not easy.
No.
I've got an audio delay that I'm going to try and fix.
Yeah.
quickly,
Mine's
so-
also delaying, but I don't know that there's anything I can do about that.
I'm trying something right now, so we'll see if Tony, when you talk now.
Is it my delay?
No, well, we'll see if that worked. I don't know.
Yeah, you're a little
One way or
behind.
the other. Sometimes it happens when we have guests.
Yeah. It
So-
generally happens when we have guests. There's always some failure in the system, and it's usually just Skype. We're taking a lot of data, and it's all going up, and then it's coming back down, and all
Yeah.
over the country and
You're
continent.
taking in a feed and sending feeds, and
it's a lot of
I get
effort.
it.
Yeah.
But quick thanks to Quack RC for the $2, and thanks to Brent as well for the other $2. Thank you very much, gents. Tony,
We should get into your game. Matt.
Oh, you want to
because I
do
think
the
that
game
will-
right now?
That will lead to some pretty good discussion.
Okay.
Regardless.
All right. Okay. So the
Right.
game is Tony. I'm not sure you were watching a little bit earlier on.
I was listening.
You were
I was already
listening.
coming up with answers.
You don't even know what the questions are going to be. So that's fantastic.
That's going to make them even more interesting.
All right. We're playing Would You Rather. And I'm going to give you guys, both of you, 2 options.
Like an adult version of Truth or Dare or something.
It's more of a child's version because it's all about RC cars. But this is not a channel for children.
Right.
This is for adults.
They're
It's
for
adults.
14 plus.
You have to have a valid YouTube account. Would you rather? And here's the first one for you guys. This one's going to maybe create some controversy.
I was gonna say it's gonna pit us against each other.
It might actually.
Yes.
Would you rather?
Tony has to go first on all questions.
Oh, that's great.
As a guest, I mean, we're doing you a kindness.
Yeah.
It's a kindness.
Exactly.
Would you rather, Tony, 2.2 Wraith or 1.9 Wraith? And why?
1.9 all day long.
What's your reason though? Why would you choose that one over the other? And in the chat, please play along.
So here's the thing. The reason I would choose that is because most trails and most things that people are doing, if I went out with friends, are going to be based around the smaller scale truck. Bridges are built for the 1.9 size standard trail trucks. So that'd be the main reason. The real reason honestly, I would probably choose the Wraith because you could turn it into a monster truck, right? It's got the AR-60s and everything, and
you put a body over top of it and turn it into a
monster truck. Open up those diffs. But if it's for scale stuff and it's Matt's asking the question.
No, that has nothing to do with it. This is your answer. There's no correct answers.
So here's the real thing. So my kids, I got them both 1.9 Wraiths, all right? And I was trying to teach them how to do some crawling. And we went to this place, and I'm showing them, like, so you got to line up this. And I've got my original SCX10 and dual motor, so there's hop-ups on it. And I'm showing them how difficult some of the stuff is, and they just roll right over it with their 1.9s. And I'm like, okay, never mind. Dad's not teaching anything anymore. You guys just do whatever you want, and you'll be okay.
Okay, so that's the answer. 1.9 Wraith for Tony. Now, Josh, counterpoint.
Did you say dual motor SCX10?
I do have a dual motor, level 3 RC dual motor, 27 turn. Yes.
This interview is over.
I got it watching your channel. I got that little.
You did not.
No, there's no way.
Did not.
No, you'd think it's dumb. Apparently, he thinks it's dumb. Well, I got all the electronics tray that you had, Howler Customs, and I was watching your channel. Like, I'm a new dude, and I'm like,
yes,
oh,
man, that Howler Customs tray. That was a rare one. My buddy Howard back home had those
I'll sell it to you. $50. I got it.
With the dual motor mount. I will buy it so that you have to take off the dual motor mount. And then I will
put in a real motor.
Yeah, just one real motor, please.
Just send me your quick run fusion and we'll be good.
Where did that go?
I like that Fox control on that thing.
I said that last week. That's exactly what it is. It's the FOC control. I've yet to put the FOC in the in anything yet, but the Z-Run did go in the Gladiator, and that will be in stage 2 coming up soon.
I'm looking forward to your stage 2 video.
Me too.
Let's hear your answer. I want to know.
Yeah, let's hear it.
This one, I think Matt would have guessed that Tony possibly would have gone to because Matt knows that the 1.9 Wraith is one of my favorite offerings from Axial.
Exactly.
I think it is very underappreciated, and I think it's a very fun little truck. And so I think the 1.9 Wraith is still a great buy today.
And you would still choose it over the 2.2 Wraith?
I would not buy a 2.2 Wraith, period.
Which is so funny because you were
older one where you could put the real dudes in it with legs and everything. Yeah, that's what I want. I want to bring that back. Get rid of the plastic.
I know
molds.
why. And that was one of their most scale models with the full depth seats, interior, the whole deal.
Yeah.
And I did absolutely love the Wraith at one time, but I would not buy one period now because I would buy the Bomber.
Okay.
Because
yes. That's.
I think the Bomber is a much better buy than a 2.2 Wraith. It's got a transmission that will absolutely hold up to anything you're going to put that through. You know, it's got the longer wheelbase I like. The trailing arms are cool. All of that. So,
All right.
2.2 Wraith to me is a no buy. Like, I see no reason to buy a 2.2 Wraith.
All right. Very good. Most of the people on the channel are saying 1.9 Wraith as well. Sticky's
Yes.
RCs also says, "Hey Tony, hello everyone."
Do I get a point?
Yes.
Guessing the same as Josh
You
did.
sure.
I feel like if I guess the same as Josh, I should get a point.
Yeah, I'd say, everyone gets a point on that one, including me for asking a really great question.
You get a gold star.
The real question is,
you get a point
can
and
I
I get a thumbs up.
Can I send Josh one of mine to do all of his cool upgrades too? Because mine are still stock.
No, ew, no. Josh doesn't
Okay.
do cool upgrades.
Right.
Oh,
If you'd like
I
to have
wasn't
some
going
sort of,
there.
if
I
you'd like
thought
to have
his
some sort
upgrades
of
were
weird
good.
model figure bent over the hood of yours, though, Matt might be able to paint one up.
I'm
for
your
you.
man.
Yeah,
I can do that.
I just want him to do the TRX4 thing that he did to all of his models that he was building.
Oh, just to
It
damage it up.
destroyed, like it ran into a pole, kind of a
I can do that.
TRX4 or 6, TRX6. I
Oh,
guess.
I've got
design.
that. Here you go. It's done.
Yeah. So that's what you modeled all your little.
Yeah, I was
crash
like,
tests.
how do I just
Yeah.
get a good look at this and be like, okay,
That's what it looks like.
just hit a curb. That's what it's going to look like. Very funny. Okay, Josh, it's on to you, I think, to ask a question now.
Okay, we'll ask my first
And
one.
who goes? Tony goes first again.
Oh, so it's
Tony.
back and forth.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
I like
First
this.
question here.
Oh boy.
Would you rather go crawling in the most beautiful place you can imagine for one day by yourself, or Axial Fest with all of your friends and whatever family members you like?
Well,
Any
so
place.
far,
The most beautiful place you can imagine or go see.
so far,
Right.
Axial Fest is the best place that I have gone crawling.
I'm
Because
saying
I
you can
haven't
go,
had a
not
lot
just
of
the
options.
places you've
I can
been,
go anywhere I want
Anywhere
to,
in the
though,
world.
but I have to do it by myself.
by yourself.
Dude, I do that all the time anyway. So I would totally go to Axial Fest with my friends and my family. And I actually got my kids out there running their 1.9 Wraiths through the mud and got to fix those several times because they are not as waterproof as the kids think they are. The whole submarining thing needs to be big on the box. No, I mean, Axial Fest was awesome because we took the real Jeep and there was also the off-roading we could do with that at the same park, which made it like a total dream. So I would do that 100 times over
Yep.
versus alone. Like if I could go to Moab alone and do it with like the toy truck, nah. I'd rather do the full experience with the Axial Fest at Badlands again.
Wow.
That's what makes it a tough call.
See, this is a tough call.
But I travel the world for work. So like and I do it alone. So when you pit that up, I already get that whole travel alone thing, and
Yeah.
it's cool, but I mean, Axial Fest was pretty boss this past year.
Yeah.
Although I lost my patch and I need to I
you
don't
don't-
think I've actually been there if I don't.
You don't
have
need
the
to go
patch.
to get the patches. I've got tons of those.
Yeah.
They're like, here, just take them.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we made it
Now-
extra.
Yeah, okay.
Now, I mean, we didn't even discuss the fact that you could have chosen Axial Fest on the West Coast, which has terrain that's
Infinitely
Yeah,
better.
but I saw you guys hiking up the mountains and nah.
No. That's Donner. That's the Donner one. The other one at Cisco was just as good, in my opinion.
Okay.
That said, I have to
and did
come
it
up
have
with it.
off-road stuff for trucks?
Yeah, because the Fordyce is
Fordyce
right
Trail,
there.
the formal, the
Oh.
famous Fordyce.
Yeah,
Now,
Badger and I took
I will say
Fordyce
that
to-
might not have been a good choice for your Jeep.
Oh no,
Oh,
no, you'd break
because
you'd
the
break
angry
stuff.
eye grills would get me beat up by
Yeah,
the angry Jeep mop there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fordyce in general.
It's a much harder trail.
Quite a gnarly trail.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Although I did see a
So,
Kia
Matt.
Sorento up there. Now, my choice.
Guys got some.
I'm usually by myself because I live in a city where people don't have fun, I guess. I have to go quite far, like at least an hour, to have fun with another person, which is odd because I live in a city of 4 million people.
Your poor wife. I hope she's not watching.
Yeah.
No, why would she be watching this?
I don't know. So you have to travel an hour to find fun with somebody.
No,
All right, go ahead.
for toy truck fun anyway. That said, I think I would choose Axial Fest with all my friends and family. There's something really great about the camaraderie of being with a group of like-minded individuals who like to kick your truck over when you're not looking. There's like, you can play all kinds of fun games. Like follow the leader, or who can go over that obstacle, or I would please help me change my battery. There's all kinds of stuff you can do. But yeah, despite being a very solitary person and having the option of traveling anywhere in the world, and I've seen some amazing locations from other YouTubers' channels, I would still choose Axial Fest West with some of my best friends in this hobby. That would be a killer time. So, gold stars all around, I think.
Thumbs up. Yeah.
Here we go.
Yeah, gold star last
You get
time,
another
thumbs up.
point.
It's like top.
So I've now
It's
got
like
2 points, and you've each got 1 point. So I'm winning.
It's true. I think we may have somehow
I like the
scheduled this
strategy
wrong.
of this game. Yeah.
But yes, it's like Top Gear, where you can give, like, next one's going to be worth 1,000 points. So
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
yeah, 2 points from Matt and Tony, actually, because I got a gold star for the first one. Josh, you got nothing.
Right.
All right. Now it's my
Wait,
turn.
why did you get 2 points? I've answered 2 questions, so I should at least have 3 points.
All right. Well,
Asking the questions are worth more.
yeah, it's true.
because of
Oh, okay.
the
I
creativity
get it.
factor.
We'll tally it up at
There's
the end.
I'll show you the answer key later. It's like-
Once we figured out who wins, we'll show you
Yeah,
how
grab
we'll
my
show you how that
pencil.
worked.
So,
Okay, so my turn now.
your next
All right.
question.
Okay. So Tony and Josh. Tony first. Oh, I forgot to mention. Sticky's RC said that's minus half a point, and it's minus half a point if you're named Tony. So
Oh,
you're already at a
Good.
disadvantage.
I'm Anthony, so we're all good there.
Oh.
No deductions.
Crabapple. I've been calling her Crandall. All right. All right. So let's say both of you live in an area. You live on a property, let's say, that has a lot of open space and a large pond, but you can only choose to have either a boat or a plane, RC only. What's your choice and why? Tony first.
Tony, it's on you.
Oh my gosh. Well, I would totally choose the plane because you can freestyle a plane a little bit, with barrel rolls, loops, all that kind of stuff. You can land it on the water. And if you have something go wrong, retrieval's maybe a little bit easier. Like, because you didn't say if we had a boat or anything like that for retrieving the boat. So I'm just going to pretend that I don't have one and I don't feel like swimming. So I've had some boats and I'm like, man, and I still have some, and they're like wicked for about 5 minutes. And then it's just like you're going in circles and back and forth. And, filming either of them is a real pain in the butt. But more fun. I mean, I have both and I enjoy the planes more. But it all depends on the plane too.
All
Yeah,
right.
Same here. I have owned RC boats. RC boats are one of those things, like, again, you think it's going to be fun. And then you get them and you're like, now what? It is like getting a Traxxas Slash and never being able to leave a parking lot. Like,
Right.
it's just like, it's always like, okay, we're just going to drive around. So I got the jet.
Look at
boat.
this
I'm like,
weave. I've got the weave
Yeah.
down pretty good. Imaginary cones in the water.
guess what?
Yeah.
We're gonna go the other way now. Like, whoa.
Yeah.
I even
But
got
there's
the
like
jet
the
boat.
unexpected routes that like totally
yeah.
destroy your props and stuff. So it's even worse than a Traxxas slash in a parking lot.
Yeah, I just, the jet boat. I was like, okay, maybe I'll go like kind of bash up a stream. Even then, it's just like it gets stuck. It's like this is like it's worst. Boats are the worst.
Okay, and
I would
even
take
though
planes all
That
day.
sounds like a T-shirt.
It's the worst.
Boats are the
RC
worst.
boats are the worst. Even though I'm not participating in this, I would also choose plane.
Yeah.
I've never flown an RC plane. I do have a couple helicopters and a drone that I've also never flown.
Yeah.
But I feel like a plane would be more of a thing.
Yeah.
And I love the FPV side.
Right.
And I feel like that's like so I've got
well, that's not
more
to say
drone.
that's not
Well,
to
no,
say that
You
you
get the
can't
planes, you get the
I've got
fixed
the
wing
Delta
and all
Wing
that.
stuff.
not to
Like
say you can't
My Delta
FPV a
Wings
boat.
have FPV.
You could
Yeah.
FPV a boat too.
Yeah,
You
it's
could.
as cool as
You could-
FPV
Wow.
or crawler. You know.
Hey, I've
Yeah,
done that.
FPV
That is cool.
crawl- It's not cool either.
How often do you do it?
Oh, I've done it like once, and then I sold
Yeah,
all that
only-
stuff.
So I put FPV
How
in
cool
land
was
stuff
it?
before. Yeah. The only FPV land-based thing that I thought was actually kind of fun, which is admittedly a dancing rider,
Oh,
because
Because it
It-
goes,
it leans.
feels like you're drunk. Yeah.
you turn and you get that leaning sensation. Like it's cooler.
Yeah.
FPV on a normal land-based car is just dumb.
Yeah.
yeah. I mean,
So you want
in
to
the
lose
crawler,
your in and out.
in the crawler that I did it in, the guys that were taking it to the next level, they had the whole like head tilt swivel thing. So
Oh, yeah,
wherever
the
you
driver-
looked, you could look out the window and stuff.
And
like,
I actually one of the early
But
videos
the
on my channel.
micro, like the movement is what I can't stand.
Yeah,
If, like
it's
they
right.
had that,
bouncy.
you know, that voodoo that GoPro puts into their cameras. That's like some kind of special dark magic
Right.
stabilization that they've got. If they had that in FPV, I'm all good. But it's I for the longest time refused to ever put a GoPro on a car because it made me sick watching that like bouncing, and
yeah.
Yeah.
that's how FPV. But when you do it with a drone, it's so smooth. You know, it's completely different. Or plane even.
One of my early videos on, I think it was actually first on my other channel, but I think I re-uploaded it on this one maybe a few years ago, was I built a model of the vehicle that we actually used to compete with in Weed Rock, full size. But I built a GoPro mount for where the driver would be. And I put it on its own servo, though, so that I could rotate it, but not mix it with the steering. Because it was actually kind of one of those things like where you were driving and you could, because that's the other thing, when you're driving a real Jeep, like you don't just do this. Like you don't,
No.
like that's why mixing with those things isn't that cool.
Yeah.
But like in a real car, you'll look out to the side and drive. So I had it kind of set up to be able to control it like that. Was the slightest bit cool, but that's it.
So, and I would say the same thing about those FPV flight trainers. You don't just drive it looking like video game style. So I tried one of those, and you try and land on that, and you think that you suck because you can't spot the landing. Like you can't look ahead and see where you're going. You just see your plane way over there, and you have no idea how low and where to be to hit the landing.
Yeah,
because you
don't get that
can't look ahead of
peripheral.
you. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
It was the worst. I was just like, forget this. I'm going to fly this thing. Ended up putting it in a cornfield. About 2 hours to find it. But, oh, good.
My
A1
Delta
was awesome.
Wing is FPV, and it's I like it a lot more than my FPV race quad. I haven't touched my FPV race quads in like 2 or possibly 3 years. But the Delta Wing stuff, it's so enjoyable. You put a 2200 milliamp 3S in it, and you can just kind of float around, and you get super long run times. A little bit of diving. It's pretty stable. I think it's for flying. I really enjoy it. Like it makes me kind of want to get into the FPV gliders, the
Yeah.
real wide
Fixed
wingspan.
wing. Yeah.
So pretty cool to me.
Those look really cool. And the way that they do the chase stuff, those follow the planes
Oh,
and
yeah.
stuff. They're so
Flight
smooth,
Test.
man.
Flight Test is a great channel to follow.
They're so
Flight
smooth,
Test.
man.
Flight Test is a great channel to follow if you guys are at all interested in
they're doing
flight.
I got
flying
into the
toilets and
drone
flying-
stuff. Yeah, the stuff that they make is super cool.
Yeah.
Like,
Yes.
yeah, but I didn't like that you had to be hooked up to a computer like 50% of the time tuning that thing, and I was just no way.
Forget
Now
got
they can
better
do
and
it through the
better.
goggles. That's better. Yeah.
Yeah. And even now, like the stock tunes on flight controllers are,
Yeah.
I think my
Way better.
first one was like an F3 or F4. Other than like my very first one, which was like a KK2 board way
Yeah.
back, which was like my first like flame wheel 450 I built.
Yep.
But then, getting in, I had F3 or F4s, and they were pretty good out of the box. And now they're even better and better. So the FPV
I'd
stuff
done
is
the
still
same
cool,
thing
but
as
it
you.
moves
Didn't
so
fly it for
fast.
like a year, and
Yeah.
I took it out and one of the motors seized up and it crashed and broke the frame, and I got rid of it all.
Yes.
Bad news.
Yes.
All right, so that's a good one. I'm going to give you guys each 3/4 of a star on that one.
Right.
Okay. My next one. Would you rather, for the rest of your RC career,
Oh boy.
no matter what you're using, no matter what it is, you can only use either a 2-channel FM radio or
Oh.
nickel metal batteries?
Oh,
What are we doing?
Does anything
Anything.
RC for the rest of your career? 2-channel FM radio for nickel metal battery packs.
I do like jousting with those FM radio controllers. So
Receivers are cheaper.
yeah,
yeah. I guess you have to worry about somebody
at
being on
least
the
we're not
same
using
crystal.
crystals, right? There's no crystals involved, so I think I would choose the FM because I mean, getting like a runaway gas 5T would be pretty epic to see that happen. See people chasing it around the yard.
Did you
But,
say?
yeah, nickel metal?
Yeah.
That just doesn't give me any options with my cars. Like, that's lame.
Did you say nickel metal or
I actually,
NiCad?
speaking of 5T, I just had the. I realized that I was using what I thought was the, battery for it, like a NIM pack, because it had the receiver. It uses a receiver plug in order to plug into your server and all that. What was only like a 6-volt one, and so I kept bogging out. Well, every time I'd hit it would brown out because the servo wanted so much. I kept stalling. I'm like, what the hell? And it's because my lipo had swelled up so much because I left it in the car one time because they make it so hard to get out. And then you realize you've got lipo and gas together, and you're like, bad deal.
Oh man.
That I got NIM packs. Well, these are not 7.2s, so I was. Now I know why I was having such a failed 5T experience the last time I was at the track, and I ordered a new NIM pack or a new lipo 2 days ago, so we'll be good to go again. But I ended up unplugging my killer switch and all that because that's what was killing it, and so I was just running it. And if something happened,
Yeah.
use the
So
walls to
you're
stop
gonna
me.
You're going to use FM
I'm taking the
radio so that
FM
you
radio
can, so that you can still
and
use
lipo batteries. Yes.
Okay. Now, Reggie.
2-channel only.
Reggie said here at least
Wait,
the choice.
2-channel only?
Yeah, it's only 2 channels, dude.
2-channel.
Oh well, that's fine for me. I don't need all your
Yeah,
light packs
Monster
and all
truck
that
guys are
crap.
pretty simple.
Yeah.
You guys, I mean, just all you need though is extra lipos. If you can do lipos, get a bunch of little lipos and plug direct in. You don't need more than 2-channel for all of your winches and your stupid stuff that you guys have to put on those things.
Go fast,
Oh,
hit wall.
Look at me. I'm no
much
hand of
flip.
God here, but I'm using my hand to pull out my winch cable.
Oh boy. All right. Now, was that nickel metal hydride or NiCad?
Yes.
It wasn't.
Not NiCad.
Okay. All
I'm
right.
gonna give you you can use nickel metal hydride, and then you can use whatever radio you
Then
want.
I have to.
Yeah,
I have to choose nickel metal hydride because I need. I need more than 2 channels. If I want to dig, if I want anything, I gotta go nickel metal hydride. I begrudgingly choose nickel metal hydride, but I mean, you didn't say how many cells it had to be, though, right? I could.
No, you can use unlimited
Yeah, I'll
cells,
put-
as many as you
put-
want. 2, 3A, C. I mean, go crazy.
put
go
18
nuts.
of them in there.
Right.
Have like quite a hump pack going.
Oh yeah, that's what they call it. Hey Josh, you're going Technicolor Dreamcoat over there, dude. You got some weird artifacting going on.
Only on your side.
Yeah,
My side's fine.
it's probably your goofy webcam that
Yeah,
you
I gotta
chose.
see this.
Let's see.
He's playing with his fidget spinner,
No,
and
it's fine on my.
he looks
showing fine on
so
my.
strange.
You look
just
like
one
you're in a
for
1990s video game.
He's like in the movie Hackers.
Yeah. Or Wreck-It Ralph when they start like deleting the pixels or whatever, like messing up the games.
That looks incredible. I love it. Okay, yeah, so that's my choice. And I think it's a fairly easy one. I need to have a radio that can do more than 2 channels.
It's a tough one.
It is tough.
I mean,
I'd rather...
the thought of having, no endpoints and only 2 channel. I mean, well, I guess there's FM radios with endpoints at least.
Yeah, but
still only 2 channel.
Yeah,
that's a tough
And
one.
I just learned this week that you have to calibrate some receivers. That was interesting to learn. I'd never done that before.
Yeah,
calibrate.
All of mine,
like set your endpoints?
with the AVC ones.
Yeah.
After the new AVC ones, after you bind, you literally have to hit full throttle, full brake, full right, full left, and then you calibrate it, and then you turn off the car. I did not know that, and so I did the normal bind thing, and then I usually kind of flip the steering wheel to make the wheels and make sure it did it. Well, that totally jacked it up, and when I tried to drive, I had no left steering, and then another time I did it to test the throttle.
Yeah,
and see if the wheels moved and nothing, and then it wouldn't brake, and I kept binding, going, "What the heck is going on with my car?" Apparently, gotta calibrate receivers now. So you get what you want. I'm taking my FM radio with my 2 channels, and I got no issues binding.
Whatever works for you, Tony. That's fine. I think the score there is -10 for Tony and +40 for me.
Yeah, but I can poke eyes out, so that's all I need.
Moose Jaw over here said he presses all the buttons until it works.
Yeah.
John Grant, this is Tony from CCXRC. You should definitely follow his channel. He does a lot of really great... you do a lot more live stuff, I feel, than we do. Don't you?
I do once a week.
Once a week?
Once a week.
Oh, man. Okay.
Yeah. So less than Josh.
Less than Josh, but...
He does like 4 or 5.
14.
And actually, I don't know if you noticed this, but I'm drinking out of this cup for you, man.
Oh, kitties.
See this?
Nice.
It's even got a Bengal cat on there.
Wow.
Right over here.
I approve.
Yeah, that's
all
good.
the different breeds
like
of
that.
cats. American curls. There you go.
Learn something every day.
I got to see one of myself doing these American curls. Look that up later. All right, final question from me for tonight. You have the money. Okay, money is not an object here on this one, and you have the space in which to use it. Which would you choose from Arma? The felony or the infraction? Tony, you go first.
Well, I'd choose the infraction for lots of reasons. Both the wheels are the same. I buy one set of wheels, whatever burns up, I'm good to go. I can rotate them because I burn them up like crazy, man. If you watch me do it, I just go nuts. So I'm burning up the wheels, and I want to be able to rotate them so I can switch them and get a little bit more use out of them. The handbrake is freaking sweet, and you didn't say whether or not we could add to it the handbrake or whatever, but straight out of the box, I would take the infraction because drifting with that handbrake is game-changing awesome. So it's pretty cool. You just tap it and it just slides, and then you just zit 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 zit. You just pulse the throttle and it just drifts for days and days and days. So I like the truck bodies too. I mean, I don't know, especially like if you were to race them. So I've been taking it to the oval dirt track, and it just looks super cool when you're drifting a bunch of like the infractions and stuff around. They kind of have that race truck look to them. So yeah, I still dig the style of that one. I liked the felony because it was new. I wanted to try it out. It looks awesome. Big tires don't really do anything new for it other than make you have to have 2 sets of different wheels to switch out. lack of being able to rotate the wheels, different gearing in your diffs, and so you can't just buy like one set of diffs to which if you blew one. So I don't know. I just feel like it's for part support reasons, overall style. Although I wish they would do like I would want a clear body that I could paint and do my own style on. I know that you're not big onto the American dream look of them, but there you go.
All right.
That's
okay.
That would be my choice.
All right. Well informed.
Now,
both look awesome jumping, so
true.
We're good there.
Okay.
So,
Josh, counterpoint.
I think that I would have to go felony.
Ah.
Oh,
I own the
he just wants to
infraction.
lose a point.
Right. I own the infraction, and it's super cool. I haven't owned the felony yet. I actually like the staggered tire look, the different I like the fact that they did this gear ratio mixing. I'm a geek for gear ratio matching. I do like the rip-off China unicorn look of it, you know?
But
I like
the truck has that too, right?
It does with the Huna
Technically.
truck. I own an infraction now, though.
Yeah.
So I feel like that's why I would want the felony.
Okay.
But I like some of those other things. However, like you said, that handbrake option, mine does not have the handbrake. I feel like it's something that I need to make happen on mine.
Okay. All right. Is that the long version or the short
The
version?
front spoiler, I will say, does create some problems when you do hit things or whatever. You've got that secondary front flap thing. That's more the issue where I can just, on the truck, I can remove the front spoiler or the front air vent or dam off the front or whatever you want to call it. I told you I'm not a car guy. You remove that off there and you can drive it and, you know, not worry about it ripping off. You take that off the felony, you still have to worry if you get something catching that, you can rip off that whole under part of that.
Which
it's
you
just
did.
secondary, like taped on, screwed in. Yeah, I've jacked up. I mean, both of mine, I ripped the...
Oh, so it came off both. Okay.
Well, no, I definitely rip off the plastic air splitter. That's what it's called.
Yes.
Those come off no problem. I mean, those are like, boom, just buy screws for those things and keep putting them back on. But,
okay.
Yeah, I mean, if you're going to jump or, you know, do stuff like that, it's going to happen.
Now,
they're all mangled and bent, but they screw back on.
Now, because this was my question, I'm going to answer it as well. I had the option, because the V2 came out at the same time as the felony, or thereabouts anyway. I chose the felony because I also like the big rear tire look. I like the gear ratio change. I also like that it's a car, so it looks a little bit different than the infraction. I very much like the infraction body, but it is different, and I love the whole kind of McLaren-esque back kind of splitter in the rear end of that car. It looks awesome. Plus, you can just put the handbrake in it, which I did. And now I get exactly the same functionality as the infraction with just a much more unique look in my mind. And I've got a clear body here.
But
ready for another
I
project.
wasn't sure if you were talking stock out of the
No, that's totally fine.
For the same amount of price.
Yep.
You know.
That's all the routes.
Yep.
SFL says that all points go to Tony on this one.
But I will say I had the same option because I was buying one either way and the new ones were out. And I had the original one that I picked up. And I know, Josh, you got it too at Horizon
right.
RC
we were both
Fest.
at Horizon
And
Fest.
6 of them for sale. And man, I caught hell for buying that thing. That's when everybody started saying that, you know, you're in with Horizon, that you get everything for free, and you get. And I'm like, dude, they just had them for sale. I don't even know what you're talking about.
Wait, you guys get stuff
like,
for free?
I just want to jump you for no reason.
I crawled under the walls of the tent before they opened it, and I was just like, "Can we buy these yet?" So I mean, I was sneaky. Like if anything, I paid full. We actually paid over retail price.
$650. $650.
Yeah, they were
we paid.
retail $600. I paid $650 plus tax.
Yeah,
like we paid extra. We were just
you were dying to get.
I mean.
You didn't post enough videos. I made all my money back.
I did.
You sucked up that $650. You ate it, man.
Yeah, I did.
But you still have it, so you're good.
I did.
Yeah, I'm very pleased with
my
my
tires
choice.
exploded on me in 30 seconds.
Blew up?
Yeah, like
the rear tires came delaminated.
Yeah, they exploded on him.
Oh, that sucks.
So I was planning on making videos, and then that happened, and I did not get replacement tires until they were publicly available, which was
Wow.
like over a month later.
Yeah.
And they had been out for weeks. So it was like,
And I'd already put out like 100 videos. So.
Yeah.
No, but so I took my here's my kind of philosophy on RC, right? So I get this brand new truck and I put it under the bench. We're racing the monster trucks there at RC Fest. But I immediately, once that was done, took it out, put batteries in it, and I took it to the figure eight track with all the other cars doing figure eights and just let it go in there. And if it got smashed going through the figure eight, it got hit, man. But it was epic. That thing drifting those little figure eights. And I did a whole live video and it just, the whole thing crapped out and it didn't upload right. It was good for live. People watched it live, but it did a whole, like, if you've ever done a live from your phone, sometimes it doesn't save it right. And it just killed it.
Brutal.
And I'm like, I just like put it out there and let it get destroyed. But
got no return.
Well, see, my problem was mine would only run for 3 to 5 minutes. And I thought it was like a battery thing. I'm like, man, this is like really juicing these things, or like, but it was just overheating because I was like straight burnout the whole time. Like, you know,
they
get hot.
The Felony doesn't though. The new one, because I just did a whole oval track with it, and it was ice cold.
The ESC is different
was
in that one, though, right? It was a different ESC.
And they have a fan on it. Yep.
Yeah.
So,
the Firma 60. Is that what's in it?
No, it's the 150.
150.
Yeah.
I enjoyed the speed stuff with Matt so much that I have actually thought about trying to play a little bit more around with my infraction for some actual speed stuff, like a top speed, stock motor top speed type stuff.
I wouldn't mind seeing how fast I can get that Felony to go either, actually.
Yeah.
Somebody
because
with
I know
the
you
new
can go crazy with the TP motors and, you know, crazy power, but I'm not sure that I really want to get into that.
No. I stock only. That's where I want to keep that one. It already
little
works so
tip
well.
Thing. Everybody thinks you got to jack the punch all the way up. But I was talking with a buddy of mine who's got like killer top speeds with the stock setup, just pinion changes and all that. He actually puts the punch way low, so you're not getting that initial hit. But over the long term, you actually get more out of the motor and the ESC with a lower punch, he said, for top speed. So I'm gonna try that out when I do it.
Yeah.
I just really I actually have a lot of fun with the top speed stuff. Yeah. I mean, I think that I enjoy it more when it's a truck that's not supposed to.
Yes.
Yeah. Because it's like a ridiculous challenge. But
yeah, when they're meant to go that fast, it's not really that much of a challenge. You're like, okay.
It's like I'm not saying that it's easy to
do.
It's still
very difficult.
But you're fighting for tenths and things like that. And I'm like, like I would do it for fun only. Whereas like when you're trying to make a TRX-6 go fast, it's a very different
ball
game. Yeah, and it wants to lift. I tell you, I did 83 with the original infraction. I was shaking.
Yeah.
When it was going by that fast. And I'm thinking that's fast. Those guys doing 130, 100 plus. Right. I mean, sheesh. I have no grasp for that.
It's another level. One that I'm much happy to stay away from.
And I don't think I have a good enough radio to do it either.
Well, not an FM radio.
No, I mean, you're going to have to get that long antenna. You're going to have to.
Yeah.
Might have to go to
get
like
that FM going
double
to
FM
the sky. Be taking out eagles out here with it.
No kidding. Dave Zilla here on the channel. He gets his HPI RS4 up to 180 kilometers an hour on the regular too, which is pretty scary.
What is that, like 130?
Yeah, give or take. No, that's more than that.
Yeah. 200 kilometers an hour would be 120.
So he's getting it up there,
right?
Yeah.
Because 100 miles an hour or 100 kilometers an hour is 62 miles an hour. So, math.
Somebody was asking.
I still have a would you rather here.
About 115.
Real quick though, Paul's 1816 was wondering if he can buy that hat you're wearing, Tony. And yes, I believe you do sell those through your Teespring store, right?
Not this hat. This hat is from Dirt Company.
Okay, all right.
Dirt Co. So yes, you can get it.
Yep.
From them.
All right. Dirt Co.
Yeah, autofocus.
dirtco.internet.co.uk.
Yes.
LOL.
I don't know. Greg Sopa gave me this at at Axial Fest. I thought it was
Really?
wicked, so I've been wearing it since.
All right. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. And finally, Josh's final question for the night. We've played this game very well so far.
Oh yeah.
Tony's slightly in the lead with 7 million points.
You have two options here. Would you rather get rid of all but 3 of your favorite RCs? You can only keep 3. Or you can keep all of them, but they all have to have angry eye grills.
That's a great question. I'm glad you asked. Well, I think that all of my RC cars would look stupid having angry eye grills on them. So, and you would say that about any vehicle. I would, because I'm trying to slim down my herd anyway right now.
What?
Yeah, I am. I'm actually selling some of them or giving them away, which is what I typically do because trying to sell stuff is the most annoying thing ever on the internet.
I'll give you 50
if you
bucks
do
for it.
Facebook like I do.
I'll give you 50 bucks.
It's like this 4S capable 50-mile-an-hour RC is this much. How fast does it go?
Yes.
Yeah. So I would probably choose my 3 favorites. I mean, because angry eye grills would get old. Like, it would lose the cool factor of having it on one epic vehicle with the angry eye grill.
Yeah. How many
Now, mine isn't that angry. Mine isn't like Darth Vader angry, right? So, I mean, it's still angry eyes. Like I said, it's an angry bird. It's got kind of like that little beak point to the middle of it. And I put those really cool, like, half halos on it, so it really does look angry. And see, it doesn't even need angry eyes. It's red, so it's like devil eyes. That's even worse. Demon eyes. No, yeah, I mean, I would keep my Primal RC for sure, and probably Freestyle RC trucks that I have, which are custom. Well, I'd keep one of them, and I'd keep one other one that I'm not going to talk about right now that I have.
What's that one?
I have 3 vehicles that I would keep and get rid of all the rest.
Interesting. All right, so that's probably
one
a
of them
project
that nobody else has. So it's pretty sweet.
Well, it's not a Ripper because both Josh and I have one of those.
Well, if I had one of those, it would change the order.
I think I know. I know what it is.
I did see Reefs. I interviewed him, and his is pretty epic.
Yeah, he did a nice job on that wrap. Looks really good.
That wrap, but it's like camo for his office. I couldn't even see it. Like, I'm like, you're gonna have to like put something behind it.
I think I'm gonna have to put. I think I might have to put regular axles under mine again because there's no chance it's gonna be in a Class 3 comp anytime soon. So probably get those real. I'll have to talk to Josh about that. Okay,
yeah, exactly.
My choice would be, considering I have more than 3 favorites.
And they'd all look pretty good with angry eyes on them. I will say that. Yours
I can
would.
just see the angry Land Rover.
Yeah.
I'm actually like I'm thinking about it.
I would even add some of like the eyelashes to a few of them.
Oh yes, big. I actually considered buying a set of those from my friend. My best friend lives across the street from me, and his wife loves her BMW. I've often considered just buying them and putting them on there,
just putting them
just for fun.
Hopefully magnet ones, because if they like stuck on,
she'd be angry.
Yeah, you'd want magnets.
She'd be angry.
You should put angry eyes and the lashes.
Yeah.
Oh,
she's mean, but she's sassy. That's what you could say. Sassy but classy.
Get a couple antlers for the doors.
Bullhorn.
Really do it up with all the cool stuff you can get.
I'm gonna go angry eyes. I think because I've got too many that I would want to keep.
That's
You know, that's
I knew
a
More
bullet.
than 3.
That's a bullet
Like,
I'd be willing to
just
take.
choose 3 of your favorites.
3 of my
and be
favorites is
happy.
impossible, Tony. There's 3 of my favorites right there.
Do the 3 that you've driven more than twice.
driving does
Hey.
not necessarily constitute.
Hey,
favorite.
I'm just saying. I mean,
Easy there, pal. Just because I don't film them all the time, they are getting driven.
I tell people that too, and it's not true. So.
No, that's...
I film it. I
mostly
mean, I
true.
run it all the time when I'm not filming.
Oh, yeah. I'm always out. I don't work.
No, I actually do. But
Yeah, for the most part,
The,
these get
so you
driven.
would do the Angry Eyes. You would even do it on your little.
I do it on the Jelly
half-track
Bean.
or whatever you've
I
got
do it
over
on the
there.
half track. I do it on the Range Rover. I do it on the Willys that isn't quite done yet. I do it on everything just so I could keep them all.
Yeah, the comment says the irony is rich.
Yeah.
I know.
The
You
guy
know.
that has the Angry Eye Jeep chooses to just pick 3.
Uh,
I honestly just wanted a black grill, but they're so expensive to just get like a real Jeep one. I'm just like, forget this. That one's $125. Let's go with that one.
you know, you've
That's
got
the Angry
you've
Eyes.
got a
Just
grill,
plastic
and you
dip
could have
your
just
style.
plastic dipped it, right? It's like $50 worth of plastic dip, if that.
That's an option. I can still do that. I kept it
Well, no,
sitting in my
that's good.
garage.
you can put it back on, but no one's buying the other one.
Oh yeah, that's why I definitely kept the real one because I'm gonna be done with it in about a year.
Right.
Please take it to the next Axial Fest that Matt attends and ask him to sign it and then put it on the wall behind.
Oh,
my
yes.
gosh, that would be amazing.
I'm in. I'll
Just
do
walk
it.
up to him.
I'll
with
even
it.
put headlights in it.
Here you go.
Be my new. I'll make a room for it on the back of my little studio space over there.
I'll sign it. I'll write something cute on it too.
Yeah.
Yes.
Don't be angry with me. I'm just a Jeep.
Yeah, I'm just all of the. Just trying to think of all of the headlights that would have to get made here as well.
Yeah, dude. I'm not getting rid of any of this stuff. I mean, I do clear out every once in a while, but a clear out for me is like, I'm going to sell one and then regret it.
Yeah. Well, like Tony's talking about selling vehicles. I won't post things for sale on Facebook anymore either.
No. I post them on my forum and on RC Crawler because those are the only 2 places that I feel like I get actual traction.
Yeah. I made a page on my website just so that I could put stuff up for sale there, so I didn't have to do it anywhere else.
Right.
Best thing I ever did.
That's very
Yeah.
smart.
Well, I'm not 50K famous, so you know I gotta
Right.
do it the old school way.
That's true. Yeah.
I've had a website since I had like 2,000 followers. Now, it hasn't always been very good. It's almost never been any good. I should
Your
say.
website?
But-
Agreed.
Yeah, my website. It is a
It
you know,
took my
hey,
money to buy that
Squarespace.
Howler Customs. So that is my
Oh.
only Angry Eye. Well, no, I do have this Angry Eye right here, actually.
You have
This
2
R-
Angry Eye vehicles?
I have this RGT. So I'm already on the way there, right? So I have this RGT, which I didn't even realize looks like the Capo one or whatever that RC Sparks has. It's like a knockoff, I guess. I didn't even know it. It's like an orange Jeepish looking thing with like I would call it like the Vader looking Angry Eyes, like really angry eyes. And then I've got the
Yes.
Night Customs one on my original. So that's what my real Jeep is starting to look like. Is the one that I
Angry Eye
got.
vehicles we're finding now. Now, can you
I
tell
have
Matt?
2. I have 2.
You have an
not 3.
RGT, the Night Custom, and your full size. They all count.
Yep.
Oh, okay. So yeah, 3 with
That's-
the
However,
yes.
What I'm picking up mainly, and I don't know if Matt is noticing the same thing, is the Angry Eye aficionado that you've become. Like, well, this one is quite angry. You see, the angle of
It's
the
not-
angry on this
Well,
one.
This one's
I
this
wanted
one's
to make sure
upset.
it had 7 slots. I didn't want to have like just whatever like non-Jeep.
This one's got this one's,
Because there's the brow
displeased.
you could get, right? And so if you buy the brow, you've got to get it painted to match. It comes like, I'm like, ain't nobody got time for
This
that.
one's more disappointed.
So,
Yeah. I really like the 37 degree angry eyes. Rather, you start getting into the 40s.
It's a little aggressive for me.
A little too much for me.
Too much. Where like the whole front end kind of comes to a point. Those ones, it's gonna eat up my winch. Don't need that.
Oh boy. Yeah, Sticky's RC said this one is full postal. That one's mildly perturbed.
That's funny.
That's good, man.
I'll show Mark's eyebrows for Jeeps.
Moose Jaw RC said Josh's website had lingerie ads. What's up with that? Moose Jaw, I can tell you, that's not Josh.
The
that's
website
you.
ads are contextual.
Yeah, exactly.
So
it's whatever you've been looking
That's
for.
what you.
Yeah,
That's your IP
Your
address,
search
sir.
history.
Yep.
Sears catalog. He's like Joe's at home going Sears catalog models. Yeah. Yeah.
So I do. Cody's here. I want to ask a question. So
sorry,
I
no
really
questions
like
allowed.
flying cars. Right?
Oh, you.
Oh no.
Oh no! Wait.
I'll make
sorry.
a
Yes.
statement.
Sorry. If this is a flying cars question,
This
we've got
is
all
a
the time in the
flying
world.
Cars, right?
We got all the time in the world.
Somebody's saying it hasn't been mentioned yet, and I'm just like, this is great. I thought it was a train wreck that was mildly entertaining to watch.
Is that
at the same time?
Is that the review that would go under in Rotten Tomatoes? Train wreck, but mildly entertaining.
What would your star rating
laugh.
be? That sounds like a 3-star rating to me.
Yeah, it's not high marks. I mean, it's definitely
2.5 tops.
It's like a D movie, right? It's not B even. It's D. Like somebody with something a little more than a Canon 5D was like, let's make a movie.
Yeah. I think they shot that on
like,
a
well, I don't have a
Red
script. Well, I play with RC cars. Let's do it on that. You know, so that's like kind of the basis for it. But I thought, like, there were moments I cracked up. Like when he went to do the bashing scene, because that was like so me with my little camera and all that. And the local kids are like, hey, can you jump that? And I'm like, well, yeah, I can. And, you know, then I put it into a tree and it's like, can one of you guys get that?
Can you climb the tree
you know, like,
for me, kid?
Can you guys help me get that down?
Oh, my gosh.
I'm an old middle-aged man and I can't climb trees anymore.
If you haven't seen Flying Cars, we highly recommend buying it so you can deal with our regret as well. No, it's not regret. I haven't watched it again since the second time I watched it, but
so you watched it more than me, so you should have a better.
I need to watch it a second time.
Yeah, I've watched it twice.
I've said it a million times that I need to watch it a second time.
We are gonna. I think we'll do a watch party.
The biggest problem is that you want to cheer for him to go with that other girl because they make the original one to be like this real downer, but it's like it all just doesn't go anywhere. And you're like, you don't hate her enough. You kind of feel bad for the original because she's not like a grouch enough.
She wasn't grouchy at all.
Screw this. I want to go have the fun and do the RC stuff. And wow, I found a girl that's into it too. Like, go that way. Like, if you want the RC people to like it.
That's the implication
go with
at
the
the
girl
end.
that's into RCs.
That's the implication they make at the end. But they don't make it obvious enough that he's going to go that route.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, it's not deep enough to be a deep movie, but
it makes you have questions.
Why does his wife get so hammered at that party?
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
like,
there's so much context.
He was a catch, I will say that. So she was
the
really
wardrobe
upset.
The wardrobe alone.
If I mean, oh my God. I wish that I was, you know, I cared so little about my clothes that I would wear a suit to drive my 8-scale buggy. Hello, gents.
Yeah.
Fancy a race today?
and all things to take out. But so like I felt it was almost slamming me, right? So when I got into the hobby and I started getting into it and doing YouTube, like I would literally leave at lunch in my work clothes, dress shirt, whatever, and go to the trails and be jumping this thing and then get back in the car, you know, eat on my drive back and be back in. And then, you know, at night getting editing and go out and do it the next day. I was doing live stuff from the trails in work clothes at lunch break. Like, so I'm like, dude, this movie's about me. So, you know, like I had this mental thing where I'm like, I'm that guy.
Your boss is like, boy, Tony sure is working hard, but he always comes back from work so dirty.
Yeah.
Why is his
And
suit
he's just
so
editing
filthy?
videos. Why is he sweating so much? But yeah.
He's so sweaty.
So that was the funny part for me. Is like it felt like it was just total knock on
Well,
RC.
I think a lot of people thought that he was also me, because we have similar hair. We have a hair
Yeah.
out all
You
the
have a
time.
very similar wardrobe.
Similar
I kept
wardrobe.
thinking you'd be a number 2 with that associated hat you were wearing for a while. I
Yeah.
thought you'd already been casted.
Yeah, they did ask, and I declined. We're gonna make the next one better. He's gonna go with the girl in RC, and I was like, nah, no thanks.
Yeah, like, can we first address how old she was? Oh, you didn't define that? I'm out.
Oh, is she
Yeah,
in
that
first
was
year
weird,
university or
right?
second? Because
Well,
it makes a big difference.
Like, or is he picking her up at a high school? Because even when they said school, like,
Right.
did they say what kind of school?
Yeah.
Yeah.
GED certificate. Yeah. I don't know.
I
Bit
didn't
I
like
nervous.
went
I
to
didn't like
jail
it.
after that movie.
it. Yeah.
Yeah. Flying cars too. No RC cars.
Credits-
He's just in
Credits
jail.
roll, he goes to jail.
Yeah.
Yikes.
Break-in cycle. Full
You have to watch it with some blinders on, right? Just knowing that it's about RC. Because I went back and I watched Rad, and that was like I raced BMX.
Mm-hmm.
And so I liked that movie because it was about BMX. But I watched it again because I bought it. It came out on iTunes, whatever. You could get it 4K. Yay. And I'm like, how was this such a cult classic? Like, this is pretty bad acting, pretty bad storyline. Like, it was terrible too, right? But because it was about something you were interested in, there was kind of like, all right,
Yeah.
there's bikes in it.
Nostalgia is a powerful thing.
Exactly. This movie had none of that. There is no nostalgia at all.
Just like Back to the Future. We all used
But
to think that it was a good movie
would
as a
Rad
kid.
if it came out now and it was still a D movie? I think that we've kind of become like much more critical too because
Yeah.
there's
Absolutely.
so much better stuff out. You know what I mean?
Yep.
What was
Like,
the...
but there's ones like Spaceballs. That's even classic today. But you watch Rad and you're like,
Josh probably hasn't seen
Like-
Spaceballs, I'm sure.
oh, are you
I
kidding
maybe
me?
have seen it. I'm not
Oh.
sure. I've never
Dude,
seen Star Wars. So
We
there's
were
no
making
point
all
seeing
these
the
things
spook.
about the speed run and about going plaid.
Plaid.
Yeah,
Yeah,
plaid.
like I get the reference. Like I get Star Trek or Star Wars references. Same thing. Like I get the reference because like pop culture. I absorb enough of it.
You're
I
a
just don't-
Trekkian. Huh?
Boy.
No, I've never.
So
seen that.
if I were to say I thought they smelled bad on the outside, Josh wouldn't have any idea. See?
What was the rollerblading movie that was like on repeat on HBO in the 90s?
Solar Babies.
Baywatch.
I like how both of us had answers like right away, but
They was like
neither
they were
good.
always racing down hills. I think it was Airborne. They were always like racing down hills in San Francisco.
Someone will put
like
it in
or somewhere
Someone
like
will watch it or
just absolutely like there was always some sort of absolute emergency that they had to be on rollerblades to get to this place in the city fast enough. Like I can't. I think it might have been called Airborne. I'm not sure. I'm just searching rollerblading movie from the 90s.
Sticky's RC had a comment about what he'd be doing in Flying Cars 2 if he were in prison. He'd be flying the car over the prison fence.
That's right. Yeah. Trying
I'm
to sneak,
free. Oh
trying
crap!
to
It's just
smuggle
a
in
car.
his trying to smuggle in his contraband.
Thank you, RC73 Latigo, for getting my reference. Tauntauns really do stink. JDK said Gleaming the Cube, but that was not rollerblading. That was a skateboard movie.
Yeah, no, this was
Pretty
this
sure it was
rollerblading.
Airborne.
Almost positive.
Dave Zilla
Oh my
thinks
gosh!
it is
I'm
Airborne.
looking. I'm down to
So
like
does Steve-O.
15,000 subscribers now that I've mentioned that I liked flying cars.
Well, no, it's fine. You're allowed to like
Train
it.
wrecked my career.
I like it because it's not good. From a
I need to watch.
from a filmmaking
I need to try and
perspective,
watch
People
it's not
know
good.
how hard it is to make a
It's
movie
not
too,
easy.
right?
No,
Like we all think, oh, I could make a better one, and it's like
I
it's
can't even make
stupid
it-
hard.
it's really.
Oh, I
hard.
can't even make a good YouTube video.
Well,
Like,
that's no. We knew that. It's mostly pity views. Oh,
yeah, exactly.
I'll click like again.
This poor guy.
He's trying his best, guys. Just
He literally. He's just in that room all by himself all the time.
People
So sad.
people ask me in the comments of the videos. So do
You didn't used to be though, right? Because you used to have a bunch of guys out, and you were in some kind of like low room with what is it, the drop ceiling even?
Yeah,
and you
that
do
was
like
the-
live streams.
That was the shop in my old house.
Yeah.
Okay.
That was the basement of my old house where I had my shop set up. And I had a shop in one room and then a studio in the next, because I had a basement because I lived in the
Midwest.
Midwest.
Yep.
So it was awesome.
Evan Moore said he
But-
hits like on Josh's videos because they're over.
I'll take it. Thank you.
Oh my gosh.
Sorry, I interrupted
Yeah.
you there.
But no, yeah, there was just
People ask me in the
Yeah,
comments
good
all the
times
time,
for the rest.
though. They say, do you film these? Like, is somebody helping? I'm like, no, I am by myself.
They were trying to blame somebody else for you, but that,
Yeah.
that
They're like,
go, I guess.
oh, that's
Jeremiah,
nice.
thank you for the donation.
A
Appreciate
friend
it. It says,
helped.
for the love of God, Josh, watch Star Wars.
Yeah, you should.
It's tough now, though, too. Like, if you weren't somebody growing up on it.
Yeah, to
Oh,
go
yeah.
back and watch
it all
them now.
goes back to that same thing, right? If you had not, or you didn't, like my kids watched it when they were 3, so they got used to like the cheesiness of
Yeah.
it. But if you just straight up watched the original Star Wars right now, you'd be like, all of my friends are idiots. They think this is funny and this is great.
I had a whole conversation with James Knight's brother about this because he was absolutely fascinated that neither me nor Nicole has seen Star Wars. Like,
It's amazing that you
growing
found
up in
somebody that liked you enough to marry you that also hasn't seen Star Wars.
Yeah, the combination of things that had to line up. Like, hey, I'm going to spend all of my free time working on RC vehicles.
Right.
I don't like Star Wars.
She's
then
like,
you'd
sign
probably
me
really
up.
gonna do Spaceballs then.
Yeah, that's like the thing with
Spaceballs
Spaceballs.
is
Like,
nothing if you don't have Star Wars.
That's true. You really need to
and
have
it's
the.
exactly why I
yeah.
haven't seen it.
Yeah.
Or like if I have seen it, I don't remember any. Like I didn't. get it.
G9000, all in
Yeah.
good fun. Josh knows that I love him. Making fun of you is a pleasure.
This is fun to actually like have the sarcasm be like noticeable. Like when you type in the comments and you say something, you're like, "Ooh, are they gonna take that the right way?" Because that seems cutting.
Yeah.
You know,
No, it's good to be able to put a
I'm
voice
always
to,
like that.
to
'Cause I'm a little
sarcasm.
bit off, sarcastic. So
Yeah.
Oh, Blue Dooley had a question for everybody here. Wants to know what Matt, Josh, and Tony think of Big Squid towing a propane tank with the CEN F450.
I think he
Was it-
broke
was
his
Yeah, he
truck.
broke it, I think.
Was that
I know what he
was that
did.
the one where it was on fire? Or
No, but that was epic. I liked the jumping the fire thing. You throw that in with some killer music, man.
Fire.
You get a mullet going,
Fire.
and you're good to go.
Yeah.
yeah. I mean,
No, they were
Fire
just
makes me
testing
nervous.
weight, right? So
Yeah, I
I think
presume.
they were testing what they could tow
Yeah.
with it.
I think I saw that as well.
Yeah.
Like
They
he
need
said,
to-
he tried towing like some bricks and some. I can't remember what all he was
A
trying to tow.
car, another truck.
He-
Yeah.
He just needed to work on his tie down game.
right. He needs a
'Cause
few
that
more
was
straps.
The problem is he stopped and the whole thing fell onto the truck and broke it. It wasn't even that it was too heavy for the trailer hitch; it's that he braked and it.
Yeah. But to be fair, it didn't break anything, right? I mean, the only thing that broke was the hitch assembly. The truck itself was
Right.
and that's
fine.
like the hitch. Doesn't that thing have to be like halfway into the bed of the truck, basically?
It's way in
Oh, is
there.
it?
Yeah. Yeah. Surprise! There's
It is-
something wrong
It
with
is
the
this
seat.
far in there, right here.
Oh,
So right at the wheel well back.
what an interesting
I
design.
didn't like it with black wheels though. This is going to be a drag truck. So speaking of going fast with things that aren't meant to,
Oh.
I'm taking out that front drive shaft. Going to make it 2-wheel drive, and going to try a drift with
Might
it.
I suggest you add
Not
another
drift.
axle?
Hey,
Yeah. Find another axle and add.
Because
that,
I
and then
would suggest 3 axles are better than 2 for speed.
oh, yeah.
Well, you get the longer track or the longer wheelbase.
Oh yeah,
too.
for the push.
Yeah.
Well, at least it has the dual wheels out there. But the tires are kind of slick, so that's the curious. Like if I could get different tires for it, which there really aren't others with that big of a wheel.
Yeah, what size is the wheel on that?
Circle.
Well, Josh, get out your circle maker and we'll measure it.
It's such a big inner part. Like it's such a mall crawler style.
Yeah. Does it use a 12 mil hex though? Okay.
Yeah. So, but I want to keep the dually for the drag whole
well,
idea
hey,
of the
Proline
drag,
has their new dually wheel.
They do, so that's an option. But yeah, so I was just gonna try it. Put on. I actually have other diffs that you can put in here. They're HD ones, so I want to see if it's gonna blow this one up first with like brushless power, and then if it does, I've got the diff casing that's HD and the actual. Because they do it in the what's it called? It's like what the monster trucks use with their gears.
Planetary
diffs. Yep.
You'll also need a wheelie bar too.
Tossed Man says, "See if you can bend that frame better than Matt."
Yes. I
will
to
say
rebuild that truck.
I did bend mine a little.
Oh no!
way.
What? Impossible!
Yeah, I hit a curb. I hit a curb at full speed straight on.
12 miles an hour.
23.
Whoa. Okay.
Yeah, but the radio came. The radio didn't get very good range, and so it lost range. But instead of stopping, it like stayed full speed. Yep. And I'm watching it, and it just went wham.
That's what they do.
Like, all right, cool. But I literally just put it on the bench and pushed on it, straightened it right.
Same with me.
Straightened it right
Same
out.
with me.
So we're good.
Same with me.
Literally my table over there.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Perfect.
Yep.
Oh my god.
Back to good.
I hate to waste this tidbit on a live stream where we don't have John Schultz. But
I'm right on his front porch right now. I can go knock on his door.
Knock on the door. John Schultz stayed with me last week for a night before our event. We all went out to dinner, had a bit. I found out an interesting tidbit, though. This is all circling back to some flying cars things. Would you like to venture a guess where John Schultz met his wife? An RC track.
Yeah. I was going to say an RC car race. Yeah. Really?
Unbelievable.
That's amazing.
It's like 5 degrees of flying cars.
Was she a booth babe, or was she the trophy girl, or
her? I think she said that her dad and brother raced there.
So she was.
But did she have a big gulp? Because that to me was the biggest selling point, is that she had that 7-Eleven big gulp on the table, and I'm like, dream girl.
All right.
Right there. All right.
That's what I love about them 7-Eleven girls, man. Wow. I met my wife at a shoe store. So.
That doesn't surprise me.
I was buying shoes. She was selling them.
Wow.
Foot Locker?
No.
She wearing the stripes? You really like the referee look.
It's true.
And he's done.
Yeah, exactly.
He's like that laugh was feigned. So.
Yes, so much so. Well, I don't know about you guys, but I feel like this was a pretty successful stream so far. Tony, thank you very much for being a part of it.
I very much agree.
No problem.
I'm really glad we got to play some games too, because that's
glad that there was angry eyes involved. that made my night.
Of course, Josh is going to tune the question just specifically enough.
I didn't. You know what? I was like, you know what? I'm not going to make all
already.
the questions.
Yeah.
I just had to wait. This is the last one. That's it.
I think you guys worked together on that one, actually.
No.
This would be a good one. You ask it. I'm not. I don't have enough guts to ask it. You do it.
Did I? I can't remember if we talked about that.
I'm Canadian, so I can't do that, eh? For sure. You need to do it for
sure.
No
one will like it if the Canadian guy asks a mean question.
Yeah, it was.
You're not Don Cherry, that's for sure.
No. Oof. National joke.
That is good.
Not that I watch sports ball.
Oh, I was like, I don't know what you guys are talking. Is this another? Is this Star Trek?
He's a
talk?
hockey. He was a hockey commentator for
Yeah.
years. Got himself in some water.
Got himself into some
Definitely.
hot water by being a racist old a-hole.
Yeah.
That'll happen.
Yep.
Yep. And he stuck to it. Hey, I like that box you got right there.
Which one?
That one for sure, eh? The
This
one
one?
down there to your right.
Oh, you're
No.
talking about.
Oh, yeah. Well, you
Oh.
could give him that to look at it. It'd be like a magnet.
This one.
Put that up to your.
Are you
Yeah.
talking about this one?
That one, yeah, right there. That axial.
Oof. Still fresh in the box because I have too many other
Matt,
things to do.
I would like to propose a trade.
Maybe? Sweeten the deal for me. Sweeten the deal.
Yeah. Huh.
I'll trade.
A case of.
No.
bubbly.
I have that here. What about a circle maker?
Circle maker.
Put it. Does it how? What's the circumference of the circle maker?
Oh, I can't answer that question.
Good.
I can tell you what the circumference of the inside is because it has a gauge.
I don't care about the.
But I don't know.
I don't care about the inside. Yeah, I don't know. I think I'm gonna hang on to it. I've got to do something with it, Tony. It comes with wheels.
You can scale that out.
Oh, I
man.
know I can.
Yeah, you need tires.
What tires would you recommend for this?
I would honestly recommend 3.6 tires. No, 2.6.
No, it comes with 2.2.
2.6. The
It
bigger.
comes with 2.2 monster
it does,
truck
and I
wheels.
would scrap
Oh.
them. I would scrap them. Like this one up here, those are 2.6s, so it's a much
Yeah,
bigger.
I like big tires. If I'm gonna have a monster truck, I should go big.
Yeah, if you're gonna try and join that crowd, you know.
Go big or go some other direction.
And these honestly are a little too big, but they definitely kind of give that more monster truck.
Oh yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
The other ones look a little smallish to me, and these ones are too big, so you can't win.
I've never won anything, so that's fine.
Yeah. But this one's actually custom off of that. It's a very beautifully done metal
Wow,
chassis.
that's something else.
And yeah, it's pretty sweet. Doesn't drive, but it looks good.
That's like most of my stuff
Matt
too.
gets
Yeah,
that.
that's
Matt
fine.
likes it probably.
Yeah.
Yeah. It just needs to be finished
Quiet,
again.
Josh.
It did drive,
So mean.
but I stole the parts. You guys know how that is.
Yeah.
Yes.
Let's see. Do any of these cars behind me drive? One.
I can play that game. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
I'm only looking on my shelf.
Yeah, that's all I'm doing. 10, 11, 12.
Yeah.
These all run.
What?
Yep. They're all running. They all run.
No, you didn't point to the one right behind you on the bottom.
Which, this one?
No, the other one, the
This
other
one.
side.
This one.
Oh,
This one
yeah,
does not
you
run.
didn't point
No,
to
it
that
does
one.
not run.
That's yeah. So not all of them. I was
All,
watching.
right, all of them except one. 2.
Oh wait. 1.
2 out of like 12.
That's pretty
not
good.
bad.
I think my Ripper runs. I don't remember. I think
I
it
could
does.
literally throw a battery into any of these except those 2 that I mentioned.
Yeah.
My
start
Bonner
running.
has no speed control in it currently. It is right.
Actually, this one does run. It just
Here.
has plastic links. It would
Um,
crumple.
Let's see. The Fat Fox needs to be, I think, body mounts on it, and then maybe that's it. My Class 2 Jeep, I don't really know. Maybe? I don't really know. The Woods Runner doesn't have the electronics
Oh,
in it right
boy.
now. That
Do you
is a
take
display
them out
truck.
to put into other cars?
No, they're just, I mean, like, the Fat Fox is new. It just hasn't been finished yet. The Class 2 Jeep, I don't know if I installed the electronics in it. maybe that was my test truck before, so it might run.
What a scenario.
So
I
want to know. I missed your Fat Fox build.
He didn't build it.
Um,
Well,
I did,
you
so
built it. You didn't
built-
paint it or detail
Not
it.
on a live.
I didn't. I built it live. I didn't paint it.
Okay, I
Moose
wanted
jaw.
to know
Joe
about
took
the,
just as much
the
time. Yeah,
stickers.
he did all those
Oh,
stickers
yeah.
by
Did you
himself.
put the stickers
No,
on?
he did not.
Every sticker is exactly where it should be.
Moose Jaw did all the stickers.
That's a lot of fun.
And, yeah.
You know what? I'm absolutely sure that it was.
I will tell you, for more sticker
I did not
madness,
do it.
any Tamiya.
Oh, really? That's the worst.
Any Tamiya
That's
truck.
the worst.
I gave it to Moose Jaw, and he painted and stickered per
Yeah,
instruction.
any Tamiya truck has more stickers than you ever think possible on a truck, and this one was no different. And you have to cut them all out by hand because they're not die cut; they're not pre-cut.
Nope.
So every single sticker, it takes forever, and they're such innocuous little stickers. Like there's stickers on the roof around where like the roof rack would mount. Why?
Just to show like the way that it's
Oh,
divoted
Yeah.
for it. Yeah, to show that it's kind of indented. Yeah. So you didn't have the joy of doing the Fat Fox stickers. That was
That's
my.
like 99% of the fun.
I like almost got out of the hobby when I did those stickers. I was like, why am I doing this with my life?
Yes.
Yeah, no.
Day ever.
Trail Critter RC
Cheap
said a lot of
brown.
fun. I can think of another F word when it comes to Tamiya stickers.
Yeah, yeah. That's. Oof. Yeah, that's.
Oh, he's just
Oh, scissors?
I just
Joe,
X-Acto
no,
knife,
no,
man.
no,
X-Acto
no.
knife found that
Yeah.
thing.
Don't listen.
Get
Don't
a ruler.
Number 11, that sucker.
Don't-
Don't.
criticize Joe's method.
Hey, whatever works,
Because,
I guess.
You know what?
Joe, I'm
It
sorry.
worked.
Yeah, whatever
It's
works.
done.
Sorry, A.
My tuk tuk is running. The drifting
Back
tuk
to
tuk.
the three-wheelers. Okay.
The low C is on the ground. The LaserNet car. It runs,
So
but
some places, don't they call it a tuk-tuk?
Maybe.
who
I don't know.
knows?
Okay.
Okay, Joe said he did both.
the-
Stickers and X-Acto.
Okay, that's good. UMG long wheelbase does not have electronics in it. The other truck I just bought, and it's a roller, no electronics. The motorcycle unfinished. The 50K build unfinished. The Kyosho Ultima is finished but no electronics. The one at the bottom there is a super scale suspension set in the Kyosho Phaser, and I think that would run, but the suspension hasn't been tuned.
All right, Josh, another
and then-
comment for you here.
Yeah.
General Hobby says his son was taping and painting and stickering bodies at 10 years old. Calm down. So my assumption there is that he's saying your 10-year-old is better than, or a 10-year-old is better than you.
Listen, doing something and having it done well, two different
Well,
things. Just saying. Maybe
You're
I-
absolutely right, but you still don't have any stock in that statement either
I
because you didn't do it.
I choose neither. I was just saying, you can have a 4-year-old try and do calculus too. It's not going to be right, but
Wow.
you know. And then my Ultra's down here and it runs. My other running one, a lot of my other running cars are in the garage right now because they're dirty and need to be cleaned. But most
Says
everything else
to,
in here
They
is-
don't need to be cleaned. If you're gonna run them again,
Put it away wet.
Yeah.
it's ready to go.
Put it away wet.
Crawl for a Cure was a very dusty event, I will say.
Yeah. Most of your events out there
so-
are.
I think that the dust, if it's just dust on them, I think it looks epic. Just put it on the shelf and hit it with a little spray to hold it there. Call it good. 3M that bad boy
Matt
on.
just likes to spray them to make them look dusty, even though they've never been outside. Like,
Scale.
like
He's
no,
probably got one of those like cleaning things like they use at the grocery store for the vegetables that just kind of spray them and make sure that
I
they're
have
clean
this
every
thing
day.
here, which is the Mr. Hobby Mr. Airbrush cleaning bottle. It's an excellent tool
wow.
because I've been
See, this
I've
is
been
why I don't get
airbrushing
into
a lot.
because then you have to have
That's
airbrushing
for the
cleaning.
guy that has everything.
Yeah.
You know what, baby?
Brush cleaning bottle.
For my birthday this year, I'd really like a new one of these.
You know you can dump it, right?
What?
Yeah.
Oh, this comes off.
Yeah.
Oh, neat.
It looks like one of those. It looks like a Stanley steamer.
I've been
tank.
using it a lot
You can
today.
see what colors he uses too. It's all like earth tones.
Yeah, exactly. It's because he's making things look rusted.
Yes.
That's all.
That's all I do.
Like, oh, you know what I got to do today? Paint some more fake windshield wiper marks. So
Better get the airbrush
So on
out.
that Tamiya, did you paint those window linings? I saw that video that Hemistorm did where he does like he cuts the.
Yeah, I do that on. I've
and
done that
that
on
guy
some of my
has
trucks.
so many X-Acto knife hours on him. I can't
Yeah.
even imagine how many times he's used that tool.
He's on another level when it comes to, because he doesn't use like a Cricut or anything to cut out any of his masks. He used masking tape and a light box.
and cuts as he's going. It's insane.
I
man.
did the body
like
lines.
robots.
I did the body lines on the outside like he does on the TRD body that I did for the TRX4.
Yeah. How did you paint your gatekeeper?
What? I don't have.
Dude, you should
I
when
don't
you
have
get
one
it,
of
paint
those.
it orange, because that's what he did not do, and I was shocked.
I know,
There wasn't a
so
bit
weird.
of orange on it. I was like, what? Maybe John Schultz bought all the orange paint in
Right.
California.
Hey Tony, are you commenting on the thing that Dave Zilla asked me?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm asking him. I'll ask him right now. Dave Zilla wants to know. I'm just repeating the question, Josh.
He's the messenger.
I'm just a messenger here. Does it bother you at all that RC Girl hit 50K before you did in much shorter time?
You know, you got to play to your audience. I get it.
Yep. Nobody wants to look
and
at your
that's
ugly
why
face.
Talbot is going for 200 miles per hour with that.
It's fair. Hey, look, he's got the subs, man, and
Yep.
it's clear that his audience really enjoys his videos, and I've got nothing bad to say about people being successful. I actually appreciate it, and I think it's great for the hobby. It brings more people around, and obviously the people who watch us watch him. So there's a lot of content cross-pollination, and that's amazing for all of us. So that's good.
The energy level.
Yeah, exactly.
Is definitely.
It is for the love of RC, and there's
Definitely there.
I've got no ill will towards anybody who's doing anything good in this hobby. So
Yes.
no,
I.
but Kevin can teach you how to
mine is
make money on eBay, which is he offers a course in how to make money on eBay.
Yeah.
So
I've watched some of I not gonna lie, I can't watch most of them. Like
no,
It's a high energy the whole
Very
time.
high energy.
I thoroughly enjoy it. Like
I
I laugh like a little schoolgirl when I watch it because it just cracks me up. It hits that nerve, you know.
Yeah,
It's me
I-
giggling. I don't
for
know
sure.
why.
I can't do most of it.
Yeah.
I have watched some
Mm-hmm.
of them, but it's definitely not my cup of tea.
Yeah. Well, I bash a lot, so watching stuff break for me is
See,
and it's not mine.
oh yeah,
So-
I do not like that
can't do
either. I cringe
don't-
when I see things break because I know how
'cause you
expensive
guys
it
put
is
a lot
to
of time
replace
into
it.
yours, right?
No, but not even
So there's
that.
a
Like
difference.
I've got a few bashers now. I don't want to break
I
these
enjoy
either because they're
bashing
expensive.
Oh, I don't really. That part of it isn't because I do
You're rough
I
on your
do.
toys.
enjoy. I'm rough on like I'll use them for what I feel like they were intended to do, or even beyond. I just don't bashing videos. I'm almost never entertained by. Just like the like
Oh
there's just
right, the first person like helmet view.
the back
of
and
this
forth,
going back
just
and forth.
Yeah.
Right.
I don't that doesn't do anything for me. Like normally I don't really, unless there's like something really compelling that they're trying to attempt.
Right.
Then so like that is the reason I have watched like where he's trying to talk about doing 200 miles an hour. Like
Yeah.
I was
in the
curious about
attempt
that
of
too.
something, then I can watch it.
Yeah.
Just trying to take a truck and put some I just it doesn't entertain. I don't have any. There's nothing that grabs me and holds me in.
I could watch those more than I can some of the gimmicky ones where it's all like some of the speed stuff for like putting certain fans on that are gonna make you go faster or whatever.
Oh,
But
yeah, I haven't watched like if it's real actual like this is what I'm attempting to do to reach this goal, and it's not like
Yep.
I'm putting 6 deer whistles on the front to try and
Has somebody
I
done
don't know.
that?
No,
Wait,
try and draw
like-
deer
Is
out
that
of
what you did, Josh? Because
the hunter special. Watch this.
I wish I had tried that.
Yeah, so
you know.
Interestingly, so I have a different take on it with the whole like head cam thing. As a filmmaker too, like it drove me crazy, and it still does. I can literally make a video with this strapped to a little adapter on my controller that holds it there, and just point it around the yard and talk the whole time about what I'm doing and what I'm experiencing, and it gets more 10 times, like 9 out of 10 times, it will get more views than the video that I spent hours slaving over to film right and do all this stuff.
yeah.
Absolutely.
Because you get the overall perspective of how it actually handles. So like the companies put out like the really epic, cool shot videos, right? But like that dude didn't land that jump. Like when you see him take off and you're like, that looked cool, but he didn't land it.
Yeah,
And
like,
then they show
I
another
know-
cut and it lands perfectly. And you're like,
We
"Man, he
all
didn't
know
make that
how
landing."
film works.
You can
So,
tell
yeah.
a lot of times when there's the
So
the
this
cut
is
and
like
oh,
the equalizer, right? Because you don't stop. If you record a 5-minute video and you can see how many times you crash in that 5 minutes, and you have to go pick it up or it breaks or whatever. And so it's interesting because I hate making it that way, but it honestly is what people
Yep, for sure.
want to see.
and
with
that's-
But
some of
here's
the new
the
stuff.
thing for me. I'm not making films. I'm not making these videos necessarily to show people either the capability, the robust nature of the vehicle. I'm filming them to make art, and that's art and entertainment is sort of my focus. And I mean, if you want to watch
Right.
a video like yours or anybody else's for that matter, that will show the capability and show how robust a truck is or whatever, then that's that audience. Absolutely, 100%. But it's not really why I got into this, and it's not really my focus
Right.
from the very beginning. It was always about the entertainment.
Well, and yours is the whole Scale Builders Guild and everything.
Oh,
is
it's different, yeah.
I was just saying from a standpoint of watchability, I've found that interesting since I got into it. Because I come from, I mean, that's my day job. Somebody was asking earlier, what do I do? How do I travel, the world or whatever, go. Like I'm a filmmaker, video producer, and that's what I do for day work. And I don't bring all that to YouTube, honestly, but just enough to make a video. But so it's been a huge learning curve for me when it's like if it's all about getting views, there are
ways to do it.
Way different ways to do it. You know,
that's the thing exactly. Like if you want to if you want a bunch of subscribers and make a bunch of money on YouTube, don't do
what we do,
especially what Matt and I are doing.
Right.
Like it's just not if you want to do it, like play with cheap RC cars.
Oh yeah.
And do like bashing videos and stuff like that, and comparison videos like this versus this. Like you'll grow fast, you'll gain
but they're small, like they're not returning viewers is what you'll find too. Like there are people that are searching.
A lot of times you'll find it like that.
See,
like
yours are returning. I watch yours and you see the amount of views you get and how quickly you get them in a day. For the amount of subscribers you have is high. And so those are returning people. Whereas if you do those other ones like the Bang Goods and whatever, you're literally getting the people that go to YouTube and search for that car because they're wanting to buy something. They're not there because they want to learn something
in a lot of ways,
necessarily
that is
recurring from you.
very true.
And so it's just a different mindset of thinking.
Right.
But,
Yeah.
And if you want to make money, that's a better way to go.
Absolutely.
Especially gain subs. And I just honestly, for me, I was lucky that I went the route of I'm trying to have high functioning knowledge of certain areas and design and materials, performance of certain things. And focus on, like I enjoy the actual fabrication and welding and the CNC, like all of those things, which I went that route, which is the route that I actually enjoy. And luckily, that was also the route that lends it much easier to go into the actual industry of RC.
Yeah,
right.
So
Exactly.
now it's what I do every day. And it's like,
Yep.
the chance of me ever, making more through YouTube than from like an actual good career path is very
low. Well,
you have so much knowledge with that. Like, I literally come back and watch your guys' videos all the way through because there's something to learn from them. Like, that's even beyond just what you're showing necessarily, because you guys bring extra to the table, whether, Josh, you're kind of like retransforming things. Like the first time, in fact, I've got it sitting over here. My son and I tried brazing was after you were doing your custom chassis, right?
Nice.
And so we just kind of got some of the yellow bottle gas and brazed this little guy together just to see if we could do it. And
that's amazing.
Painted it to make it look better. But so I keep it over there because it's something my son and I had done. But
that's pretty nice.
Yeah, I mean, so there's definitely different learning that you get from you guys, because it goes beyond just, I mean, there's so much more mechanical involved, or the detail work that you do, Matt, is just insane. Like, I don't do any of my cars are just like, I just want to drive them all the time. So,
well, I think that's that's the great thing about this, is that we all have our kind of our niche or our specialty or things that we enjoy. And as long as I get to keep creating the videos that I like to make, then I'm happy. Subscribers are great. Income from this is nice, but it's a bonus. I don't treat it as like, I got to make this money.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
Because
it changes it anyway, right? If it's all about that, it's not for the fun factor.
Then it's not
anymore.
fun. It's work, and I already have a job.
Yep.
Yeah. And it's a huge difference. I really enjoy this for a lot of reasons, and I'm so glad that I hit 50,000, which is
a
great.
great milestone.
But I've known all along that the route that I'm going with overly technical for the use of a very few amount of the actual people who are looking for anything that specific is not the way for like maximum growth.
Yeah.
No.
If I wanted that, the video that I upload tomorrow would be the world's highest jumping WPL D12. Like
world's cheapest, highest.
I don't know.
Jumping.
With your dancing riders and your little 3-wheeled trike stuff, the tuk-tuk, your tuk-tuk, I think you're really pushing for it these days, man.
Know.
I see this
I
turn that you're making, and it's not good.
I have this
it's a dark path.
I got that little X-Rider Flamingo, and I was just like, that might have been the cheapest. No, it was like the off-road one with the bobblehead.
Oh,
so awesome. That might have been the cheapest RC I ever did a video on, and I was just like, this feels like, I wonder, like, are my followers like not going to like that I'm doing like a cheap RC? I'm like, but it's just because I guess the Dancing Rider is technically cheaper, but it's just like these are really just the ones that I enjoy. Like,
yeah, I
normally
don't
use a lot
should
of
race them.
Oh yes,
it would be epic, right?
It would be
if
so
you
great.
all just have a stock one and race them, it would be a hoot, man.
Yep.
Yeah.
Get your bubblies out there and
So
race
I wish
flamingos.
I should put that video out. We had maybe 10 or 12 dancing riders together for a race at this year in January. What event was that? It was the last event before like the world closed. It was our small time Crawl Masters this year. Anyway, we had this big thing for the race. 10 or 12 of us had dancing riders out their stock, but it downpoured on us. And we were just like, we're racing anyway. So we were just dancing rider racing in the absolute standing water. And it was, I think that at the end of the day, there was 4 maybe of us that still had running vehicles. Everybody, like, no one was waterproof because it's a freaking dancing rider.
No.
So it was, and I have the video of it, and I think that it's even edited. but I was just like, I didn't
Just afraid to
like.
show it
Am I
to
gonna
us.
put up a 2.5 minute running video? I'm just like, that's not something I've ever done. Like that's gonna bring
I
my
did
average
it last
watch time.
night. I'm just
Like-
out there for the views, man. I killed the truck in like 2 minutes, and I still posted it. Like, watch this. So thanks for making me feel small.
No, I'm just like, I've never done that. Well, other than like maybe way back, maybe I have. But I'm just like, is this something that I should upload or not? I don't know.
I think it sounds awesome, honestly, but you know, how many dancing rider videos are there on YouTube? I think there's your build video, and
That might be it.
right
I don't think
now,
there's a
so-
lot out there. Not a big market.
Yeah.
No, they're huge in Japan.
That's true. They are. Yeah, you got to go onto the Japanese playlists.
You go into you should find the dancing rider groups on Facebook. Oh, they're awesome. You can't
There's
understand
a whole nother
anything,
market
but
there.
There is.
Holy
Yeah.
crap. I got into the D12 groups on Facebook. Insanity.
Yeah.
Hundreds of custom ones already. Insanely custom, crazy
It's
ones.
crazy. I'd like to see
So
that.
cool. Those guys are amazing.
Well, I'll be watching for you guys to do speed tests, speed competition with dancing
Yeah.
riders
Jacob
next. so-
Lowry just suggested our next monthly mayhem should be land speed records with the dancing rider.
Oh,
They are
really?
very, very tricky
Yeah.
to go over 20
There
miles.
Yeah,
it
because
is.
it that front wheel will just start going like this.
Well, yeah, that's the thing. People like do these brushless 380s in them, and they're going just dead straight, and then all of a sudden that front end goes, it just explodes. It just
Oh man,
cartwheels into nowhere. Like, what
they
just
didn't
happened?
have AVC apparently.
No.
TSM
Well, there's
had
no
that.
servo on that
TSM.
front wheel.
The
It's
front,
just
the front
I know.
fork on a dancing rider is passive.
It's
nothing-
just literally
nothing
open. Yeah.
there. Sean's RC Adventures had a question that was for me, but I'll ask everybody. What's your favorite scale event?
Favorite one.
Mine's probably
Favorite.
Axial Fest. Guess
I'm
that
trying to
counts.
think if there's anything that I like better than Axial Fest.
K&K is really good.
K&K is good, but the company is good, but the terrain is just,
It's a comp. It's a
you
comp.
know.
Handmade. Yeah.
Well, it's it's man-made, and it's like an absolute ton of effort.
Yes.
But it's still like there's only so much ability for a family to be able to move around
true.
that much stuff. Like, so you're always going to have this limit.
Well,
And it's really well run, and the company is great. Like the company of the people around you, Midwest
the
people,
best.
some of the best people in the world. Like, you get out to the coast, and you guys get a little.
There's a lot of people saying in the comments all their favorite ones. I kind of think that competition is bad for the human psyche. So
Bite
I would
your-
rather that we all just get together and have a campfire and drive trucks.
Well, that's
so whatever
Axial
that looks
Fest.
like for you guys.
That's or
Yeah,
oh,
so-
by the
what?
fire.
I've
We
only
should buy
been
the
to
fire.
one, so I can't comment.
Proline by the fire.
We should see who could put on the best event that doesn't have a competition.
Ooh.
But I loved that they had all the trails set up. So Axial Fest, they had competition, right? But I love that it was open to just be able to go and run it and just have fun doing it. Like, I didn't really care about the points. I just like that they thought about what would be difficult to go around and made you kind of go through those in order. And that was awesome for me. So,
Yeah. I actually really enjoy, and I think that's part of why the events are so popular in scale, is because it really isn't about the competition. The biggest
Right.
competition at these scale events is the show
Yeah.
and shine, which is great.
I like
I
ribbons.
wish they would do it the beginning of the event, because it's like
Yes.
you're coming back from the trip. Like, if I want it, like, so the one at Axial Fest this year,
It was
I
after.
missed it for two reasons, and I had some that could have probably competed, but it was in the middle of the day on the second day,
Yeah, that's about right.
and they're on the freaking time zone barrier right there, and so
Oh.
my phone was on the wrong time zone. So I was an hour late coming back because my alarm was
boy.
off to come back, and I came back and they were already doing it.
They
So yeah, that was
at
epic.
most
So I finally turned off and just manually did my time, because my wife's calling me. Like, she's like, "Where are you? Like, we're ready to eat." I'm like, "Dude, I still have another hour. Like, I'm waiting for the ride truck back." She's like, "It's already 5:30." I'm like, "Nah, it's 4:30."
Oh,
We had this argument, but we literally are like half a mile apart, and her phone is picking up one cell tower, mine's picking up another, and it
Oh,
was
my
a
God.
nightmare
That's
all
brutal.
weekend.
My
yeah, that's.
uh
I'm actually kind of thinking with Matt here on By the
yeah,
Fire.
By the Fire is amazing. Great terrain, great people, great location. Lots of the show and shine there. I was blown away at the number of
Yeah.
trucks
Isn't
and the
that when
quality.
they have the scale town and everything that they build?
Yeah.
Yes.
And Night
Um,
Customs and I, we put together a Range Rover or Land Rover kind of trials course too. There was so much to do there, and in a short amount of time. Like it's a 1 day event, basically.
Right. Yeah. They
Yeah.
pack it. And for me, like Axial Fest, which is in the Sierras, and honestly, I think that Donner has the better terrain compared to Cisco. Cisco, by far, obviously better camping.
Yes.
But the terrain at Donner is
It's
better than
pretty
Cisco.
epic. I
Yeah.
went up there after the last Axial Fest that was at Cisco. Richard and I went up to went all the way up to the top of Donner, and man, we were just blown away at how beautiful it is up there. Just awesome.
It's the terrain is some of the most beautiful. Like for me though, it's what I get to crawl every weekend. Like
Yeah.
I can literally just go up and being a Midwest kid, like that terrain to me it's impressive no matter the day I drive up there. Like you're driving up the mountain and I'm an hour into the drive and then all of a sudden you come around this, you're in the trees the whole time and rocks next to you. And then you come around that corner and it's just the Vista corner and you're just like, oh, like
Yeah,
that.
keep talking. Make me hit you more. Keep going.
Oh,
Like, tell me a
I
little bit
know,
more about the
right?
scenery
Exactly.
and what you see
Brutal.
as you drive.
Yeah,
you
it's-
left the beach and how quickly you were in the mountains and doing what?
Like
And
if I
there was
turn-
no humidity and it was like crisp, cool
no
air.
bugs either.
And the birds were singing
Yeah, at least there's-
beautiful
and, at least there's
songs.
no
It was like
bugs.
Disney. There's no bugs. It was so hot and humid at the Badlands.
I can't even imagine
Yeah.
that. Actually, I can
That-
because K&K gets like that. Jr. Thanks for the $5. You guys are great. My
Same
flying
here.
car
JR
budget
lost
got split
$5.
between you and Josh. That's very nice. Thank you.
JR, I
Yep,
appreciate it.
cheers, buddy.
So, but like I was saying, for that reason, the Sierras, I kind of think, honestly, the crawling wise, I think the Sierras have better places than Moab. For scenic toy trucking,
Mm.
the epic spot. Like, I love Moab. I've tiny trucked there as well. But but for that reason, By the Fire, some of the most unique terrain in that area, this little weird blob of so cool and such a great event. It's something different for me, so I really like that.
We'll come and crawl through your ash very soon there.
Yeah, exactly.
So make me feel better about where I live for a little minute there.
Yeah, exactly. I can send you 50 pictures of here in the last 2 months that will make you be like, you know what? Humidity isn't the worst thing ever.
Right. Although when our dismal swamp, the Great Dismal Swamp, caught on fire, you want to talk about stench.
Wait, is that the real name?
Yes. So I live by the Great Dismal Swamp, probably 15 to 20 minutes from the Great Dismal Swamp. And people
Somebody
landed
was
here.
Somebody
To,
was really pissed when they named it that day.
Yeah, they landed here and they're like, hey, America's great. Let's stay here. Oh, and by the way, we have the Great Dismal Swamp that we had to walk through at one point. No,
Let's
I mean,
keep that
it's,
name.
the swamp and the bugs here are something else. But yeah, when it catches fire and you have to smell that for miles away, oof,
Yikes.
it stinks.
That's brutal.
That's an interesting one.
Yeah. It's not just coughing, like choking from smoke of fire.
Yeah. Huh.
Like the pond mud when you dig it up from yeah, and then fire. It's
Yeah.
pretty good.
That I've been around that like nasty clay digging up. That's
Yeah.
Yeah. It's not a
That's
sulfur
the
smell, but
stuff.
there's something in there that's very dumpster fire.
Yep.
Um,
We have a lot of great crawling areas, as you can tell. You know, sea level,
Oh yeah.
swamp.
I'm very lucky here too.
We do more mud bogging than anything.
I've got some decent areas close by, but it's a bit of a drive to get to anything. And I mean, that's just because I live right downtown. There's nowhere. Although I am considering doing like a sort of I'd like to do a Super Baja Ray 2.0 city bash, like maybe downtown, like right in the financial district. They've got a lot of really cool like marble steps and it's probably empty right now. So
yeah,
probably true. Your Baja radio.
That was a cool video.
Somebody said it here as well, but that Baja video was fantastic.
Oh, thanks, man. Thank you.
The suspension movement of that truck. I mean, it was mainly the truck, like how it moved.
No, honestly,
your video and editing is
subpar.
Okay as well.
Subpar. Truck itself,
slow motion
fantastic.
in a Baja Ray 2.0.
Okay.
I mean, that's gold. So
Did you
be
use
pointing the camera the wrong direction, and it's going to be just.
Did you
fantastic.
use that GoPro app, like where you put all the clips in there, and then just
It
like
automatically builds it?
Yeah,
I use
like the
my
DJI
phone.
Yeah,
obviously.
iMovie
yeah.
on your phone.
No, I didn't.
Yeah, the mobile version of iMovie.
But man, it's a fun truck for the size. And I'll be honest, that was only on 6S for that drive because
we all knew you weren't actually going to use any power.
What
Like,
8S is
You were
stupid
on
that truck. It's so much.
You were on 6S and using a quarter throttle. Like
Just
My-
because it
skill-
can do 8S doesn't mean it needs
Exactly.
to do 8S, right?
Exactly.
my scale window nets are going to
No, I screwed those on very well.
What color brown did you airbrush the dirt on there with?
Quiet. Bashers don't need airbrushing.
Did you like grind the treads off one tire a little uneven so it looked like it had a bad alignment?
No, I left it stock. But honestly, 6S is all it really needed. But they make it 8S because people like to overpower things, and I totally get it. It's not a problem.
And so it doesn't overheat on 6S.
Right, exactly. That's another thing. It just, for me, it's a lot more controllable. You can do a lot more actual drifts around a corner as opposed to a traction roll. It's just, it worked so much better for me on 6S. It's still killer awesome on 8S, but yeah, I loved it.
I'll be watching for you to make it a 12S capable vehicle. So
To try and hit 200.
yes,
Well, not a bad idea. We'll see how many views I
will
get.
say that I was really itching for more of that rear in-cage camera of the rear axle movement.
Yeah.
You only used a clip of it, and I was like, where is more of this
why
shot?
more?
Because
Well, that's about all I could get because I didn't bring the proper mount for it. I had the right mount, and it just kept falling off. So,
or tilting
it
down.
just it fit pretty nicely in there actually, and I got some decent footage of it going over a jump, which was great. But it's not where I wanted it. It's not exactly where I wanted it placed, and I needed to have the proper mount. I didn't have it with me, so.
Yeah, no, that was a great video.
Thanks.
I really enjoyed
Thank you
that
very
one.
much. It's actually doing pretty well for a running video too, I have to say. And those usually don't do very well. I don't know about you guys, but running videos seem to get the least amount of attention. And I think it's
They want you
polarizing.
talking more. That's what I was saying
people
earlier.
like to
Whether
hear
it's
you talk.
talking and running or talking and just showing.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, because even the live kind of unboxing that I did is way overperforming, which is, to me, it was crazy because it's like I can barely fit it on the camera. Like it doesn't fit.
Yeah,
it's too big.
I was driving home from Baltimore.
Oh, right.
Yeah. I'm a little vent clip listening and trying to like sneak a peek every once in a while. And he said, "Look at how huge it is," and it's like, take the whole body off. What a pain. But yeah, cool.
Yeah, I could have definitely used more footage. I might do another one actually with that car.
Yep, why not?
Yeah. All right.
It'll get views over time. It'll slowly ramp up, I'm sure.
Yeah, as it gets closer to the actual release date, I'm sure it'll get more attention
for
too.
Sure.
But on that note, maybe we should wrap this one up.
Yep, let's call it. I got to get out to the garage and do some more welding.
Sounds good. Yeah, because you've got to get that giveaway truck done. Technicolor, Josh.
Well, I want to get the everything kind of wrapped up on it so that I can get. I'm going to get the body out to suits for painting. So I just need to get some of the rear body mount stuff welded up, and then I can send it off, and I can knock out the rest of the welding and finishing stuff while he has it.
Very nice.
But since I'm going to basically be gone for the better part of 2 weeks, I would like to have that to him, so at least there's some progress being made while my absence is felt.
I've got a couple more dents and damage to do to some of these static models, and then that project is done. I also have to print a light stand or a lamp post for that. Do you think I can find that on Thingiverse? Probably. Or, my favorite brand of light post to always spec out was Pelco. I really liked Pelco. If you're looking for like a standard light post, 30-foot, 20-footers are also common depending on your urban area, but 30-foot high mast. All right.
We should all know this kind of stuff.
But thanks.
Yep.
And
he could draw it up for you in like
10
20
minutes.
seconds.
Yeah, he did a baby
I was going to start a 3D designing fail show. And so basically on Monday night, I would try and do everything that Josh did on his Sunday night.
Do it.
And I would limit my time to the same amount of time that he did it and see what I come up with at the end of the night.
I absolutely love that idea. I endorse.
Call it like the 3D design fail shop.
That's such a
good
idea.
The what's
Nailed
that called?
it.
What are the
Nailed it.
The wine and paint, or what do they call them? Sipping something.
I don't know. Is this something you've done with?
I don't know. It sounds too ritzy for me.
It's like where girls go and they have
a California
wine.
thing.
Oh, wine and painting. Right. Yeah.
You've seen, right?
Chris Drift, really quick. Chris Drift wants to know, Harley, if you've watched the Luke Towan tree construction playlist yet.
Let me tell you, his videos played for much longer than I would have probably normally admitted. I tell you what, I could make a tree right now.
Good, great. It worked.
I could possibly even model up a stream.
Wow, bold.
I know how to make small fish, and even I know how to make some like frothy looking water.
Excellent.
In my stream.
Excellent.
So, yeah. No,
all right. On that note, thank you very much, Tony, for joining us. Always a pleasure.
Thanks for having me.
It's been absolutely stellar talking to you, and despite all of your incorrect answers, you somehow won the game. Much appreciated for playing along. And go everybody, go check out Tony's CCXRC. He does a great live show called RC Conspiracies.
Yeah, sometimes it's good. Sometimes it's like there's nothing to talk about.
Hey, don't don't undersell it.
Why did you name it that? What a dumb name.
Doing a show every week without any news, I have no idea how that goes.
I know. And now that I'm after you because somebody else was wanting to do a Monday night at the same time, my buddy had one going at the same time. I moved to Tuesday night. I'm like, well, great. Now I'm just reiterating everything he did. Feels fantastic. So thanks for that.
It's been a real pleasure having you. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. And thanks, everybody, for watching. Thank you to all of the donators. Much appreciated for that chat revenue. And you will not see me next week. I'm actually on vacation. And I'm going to be at a cottage with limited internet access, so I may try to join.
Like when you go on vacation, it's very Amish style.
Like it's just
you go
cottage,
there, churn your own butter, no lights, lots of candles.
And when yon tallow hardens, you pull it from thine mold.
No plastics allowed on the whole trip. It has to be glass or leather or whatever.
Yeah, exactly. It's so weird though. Next Wednesday will be the first week in over 30 weeks since we haven't done this show. But you know what, Josh? We'll figure something out. Maybe we'll jump on and do something anyway.
Yes, I will do a live stream for sure. Okay. In absence, and then you figure out how you're going to.
I'll
chime in.
I'll make an appearance.
You can get the crank generator going and call in.
I'll have my I've got my camp stove that has a USB charger on it, and the BioLite. You know that? I've got a BioLite camp stove, so I'll have plenty of
You
power.
just need to jib jab them in there with the little cut out mouth thing. And
Yeah, just make a cutout.
Got it.
Just print out a picture of me, cut it out, and we'll do this anyway. It'll be like
call in.
just find like a really like every screen grab you take of anybody who's like. Anyway.
You know what? Why has it been a thing lately where people have sent me screen grabs of like I don't know why I took a screen capture during the video and you said this dumbest look on your face. I'm like, take a screen grab of any point in any video and I will dumb look on my face.
Yeah.
I don't care what.
It's obvious anytime. In fact, do that right now, folks.
Pause.
Do that right now, people, and post them and tag us on Instagram. I'm sure we'll share them, especially of Josh.
Right now.
Have a good night, everybody. Thanks for watching.
Later. Bye.
See you guys.